You're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC, and CBS, and CNN. You're one-sided crooked networks. Right, let's call it quits, because I've had enough. Thank you. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I traveled
all the way to
an hour, on and off in the rain.
I'm done. Fuck this fake news shit.
Mr. Trump, you can't just
get her out of here.
Let go of me. This is assault.
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Yeah. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. What's up? How's it going? Happy Sunday night. Sorry for the late show. I was on another show, and then I wasn't sure if I was going to stream. And then I said, you know what? There's some news, and we could talk about stuff. And Ginger wanted to stream, and MAGA for the win. So did Miss Hacker. Funny how they call it now that bike lane lady squeaked by. Yeah, it's that race is so crooked. It's not even funny. Like how all of a sudden they were all mail-in ballots. The mail-in ballots that came in before Election Day were 40% for Bass and 30% for Pratt, and then 20% for Raheem or whatever name was. And then as soon as Election Day passed and they counted all the ballots, it completely flipped. So with nothing for Pratt and everything for Rahimi and stuff. So it's totally crooked and stuff. CF Rob, what's up? How you doing? Great to see you. Terry, good to see you too. Michelle's here also. Awesome to see you, Michelle. Let's see who else is here. Catherine K's here too. Colfie's over there on the kick. How you doing? Great to see you. You're pissed about the California elections? Well, I am too. It's crazy. I can't believe it. Jay Schwartz is here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Derek was here, but he said he was going to bed. It's too bad, but thanks for stopping by anyway. Gundam already with an early albatross for us to check out. Thanks for being here, Gundam. NASCAR Mo is here. This guy Jim is here. What's up? Good evening. The Finch is here. What the F is here. None of your business is here. Yeah. Gruber was off by a day. It seems like that. Good evening. Are you first? You were first in my heart. So what's up, everybody? Yeah, so we got some news. We're going to talk about it. And, Nixie Nix is here too. What's up? Terry's here too. What's up, Terry? Good to see you. Brenda's here. Hello. Doc says Trump stepping on the bike on his way out with the chef's kiss. Yeah. So we'll see what's up. Beautiful Bella's here. Yeah, Renee Collins is here too. I didn't see Trump, the Welcher interview. Yeah, it's Jay Liebgott. What's up? Good to see you. Did you see Liebgott? Did you see there was more solar flares? And some big earthquakes. Phil Coggins is here. I'm here, but ready for bed. Register tomorrow, so I'm lurking. All right, no problem, man. No problem. California refined the Chicago politics to a science. They sure did. Yeah, so there's a, I don't know. It's late, so we'll see what happens. There is a goal, just like there is every night, for the everyone who, if anyone's new or whatever, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And consider that the show is going to be about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours long, something like that, unless we hit the goal, which is $100 across all platforms, YouTube Super Chats, Rumble Rants, becoming a member or gifting memberships on YouTube and Rumble, also Cash App, PayPal, Coffee, Ko-Fi, and Super Tips, along with Locals coins and Kick and Twitch memberships. We add it all up when we hit 100. We add an extra hour for each additional 100 that comes in. We add an additional hour, so the show could be 2 hours, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you guys want it to be. And then as an added bonus, when we hit $50 in total, we add Bellavision. But if somebody is so generous that they gift $25 or greater as an individual, we automatically activate Bellavision for the evening. Yes. So let's get right into the first. You have a video on the solar flares soon? Oh, cool. Cool. So, yeah, so let's get into the first news story of the evening. Yes. Iran launched ballistic missile attack on Israel. The IDF could soon retaliate. Yeah, see? Gypsy's here. What's up, Gypsy? So, see, there's some missiles flying and stuff. All right, this is showing this. Iran launched ballistic missiles attack on Israel. Missiles flying through the sky. They're all cheering and stuff in Iran for the missiles launched at Israel. Yeah. Here's some more missile shots. There's some more. There's some more. So this says Iran launched ballistic missile attack wave on Israel first since the April 8th ceasefire began. See, I didn't think this was the first time since April 8th. Hey Dan, what's up? Great to see you. Sherry's here too. Awesome to have you. Iowa Backyard Cams, you too. They already retaliated. Oh, I know. I got that. I got it. It's all coming. And Karen's here. Not that Karen though. No, everybody's here. Thanks for everybody being here. Yeah, please, please remember to hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. So it says they launched the attacks on northern Israel, the first since the ceasefire took effect on April 8th, which it's been a month. Or 2 months, they're saying. I think there's been attacks, maybe not on Israel, but on other stuff. I mean, it's got to have been stuff. The initial wave of 2 missiles fired was intercepted by air defenses. The IDF said a second wave was then detected. Israel canceled school nationwide and limited outdoor gatherings to 200 and indoor gatherings to 500 as the home front command issued. What's it say? More fatigue. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's a terrible thing. Are you going to talk about China using bots on social media to push a blue wave theory with California mail-in balloting? That was a story. I do have that story. It was a couple days ago. Actually, it was coming out of Cloudflare. I guess I could talk about it. That Cloudflare says that 60% of all traffic on the internet now is bots. You can believe that, Arizona Merce? It's crazy, isn't it? So Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi posted that the Iranian-Lebanese flags without comment, a signal that the strikes were in direct retaliation for the attacks in Beirut. The attacks marked the first Iranian missile strikes on Israel since April 8th. You believe it? Yeah, I do too. It's crazy, especially if you look at what's going on X, like this stuff. Haifa is Israel's third largest city. Channel 12 cites Israeli officials saying we will respond with force to Iran's retaliation. So, commander of Iran's Qatam al-Nagalaga central headquarters, the Zionist army must halt its attack on southern Lebanon. The aggressor Zionist regime, through repeated violations of the ceasefire, has intensified the attacks. Hezbollah has begun launching missiles towards northern Israel. That's the thing. Israel's responding. Hezbollah launches attacks on Israel. Israel responds, and then Iran says, that we're gonna attack now because this is not good. So Then multiple explosions rocked across Iran, including the capital city of Tehran, after Israeli military launched airstrikes. And I said, this despite President Trump explicitly telling Netanyahu not to proceed. Well, like, what is wrong with Trump? Like,
بدك شو سريع صاروخ ثالث ورا يا طارق ورا العمود صاروخ ثالث ايه هولا وين اسرائيل هيدا جاي يصوب
yeah, so like Colty says that it's not all part of the, it's not all fake account bots. It's the AI system using bots. Well, it could be. Jason, what's up? You seen the video Trump bombshell montage? Walls are closing in, no collusion. Pretty funny. Yeah, I've seen it. It's, it is what it is. Full-scale war has started. Attacks across Iran have targeted manufacturing plants, Maher airport in Tehran, and missile launch sites in western Iran. Like, I don't know if they're reporting this, but let's see. Oh, there's a fire there, a couple fires, a little something. I mean, that just could be a fire. I don't know. I mean, they're saying things, but moments of the launches in Iran. So this is when they're, well, we saw that already. Never mind. Why'd you do that? So, all right. And ballistic missile launches from Iran towards northern settlements. This is Iran bombing Israel. Ask yourself, why in 4 years of war have you not seen any clips like this of Russia bombing Ukrainian cities? Not to saying Russians haven't used missiles, any suggesting they simply haven't bombed Ukraine like this. Clearly, they easily could. Well, I mean, I just heard reports of that too. So let's see. Iran continues to launch a massive number of missiles. Tehran declares they're ready for IDF counterattacks. Yes. Jay, has Israel bombed Iran? That's the reports. Yeah, I saw that about HelloFresh Gundam. Isn't that disgusting that they're actually for pride? They're putting out statements about, here, use this stuff that'll clean your bowels out for gay sex. Like, what are you doing, man? What is wrong with these people? Belle, thanks for reminding me. Belle's on the screen. Thank you for reminding me. Already got the boot today. Don't boot me. I don't boot anybody. Why would you get the boot? I don't boot people. Why would you get the boot? I rule. You're welcome here. Yeah, please like the stream, man, so the YouTube algorithm shares with like-minded individuals. Yes, definitely do that. Definitely do that. Definitely do that. Hold on one second. All right, cool. We're good to go. And Iran continues to launch massive number of missiles. Is that the one we just? That's the one we just watched. Why is it doing this? Incoming Iranian missiles seen in the sky over northern Israel. This might have been something we already seen. It's basically the same videos. People keep reposting the same videos, so it's hard to tell what's what. Images from Isfahan, Iran, that was hit. Tehran's Maher airport was attacked, according to Israeli Channel 12. Attacks continue across Iran. They are coming from Israeli jets over Iraqi airspace, and from the water. They have not entered Iranian airspace. Okay. Oh, that's a fire one, which is nothing. All right. What's this? Reports of explosions. Netanyahu lied to Trump, it says. Let's see. All right, whatever. All right. And then here, here's Marco Rubio responding about what's going on.
If you fire at a U.S. Navy ship, what are we supposed to do? Say, oh, there's a ceasefire. We're not going to shoot down your drone. That's a stupid question. That's a stupid position to take. Of course we fired back at them. They were shooting at us. That's what I would expect to do. Only stupid countries don't shoot back when you're shot at. And we're not a stupid country. If you fire at a U.S.
Right, we're not a stupid country. We're not a stupid country. Supposedly HelloFresh is based out of Germany, would explain a lot of their woke crap. Hey, Glenn Croy, awesome to have you. Only commies get to boot the bottom. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hey, what's up, Muffin Rando? Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. You're making salmon and lobster and wine. You'll be listening? Well, that sounds like an awesome meal. Yes, defenses. That's right. Defenses. So Israel strikes Iran. This comes after Iran attacked Israel with ballistic missiles a few hours ago. IDF launched attacks across western and central Iran. Trump had originally said not to attack because it would harm peace negotiations. I don't understand this. Like, if you're going to respond, you don't let them attack you.
And launching missiles toward Israel right now. Trey Yingst is on the breaking developments. He is in Tel Aviv. Trey.
Yeah, John, good afternoon. Iran has launched at least 4 waves of missiles at Israel in response to those IDF strikes against the Lebanese capital of Beirut earlier today. I just got off the phone with President Trump, who is following the developing situation across the region. He told me what I would suggest to Iran. You've shot your missiles. That's enough. Get back to the table and make a deal. The president once again calling for a negotiated settlement. He also spoke about the ongoing negotiations with Iran, saying we are very close. I would say an agreement would be signed on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of this coming week. And now this takes place. And so the president will get briefed on what is happening right now, this ongoing Iranian ballistic missile attack against Israel. But I asked him about those initial IDF strikes that took place earlier today. He told me they were not coordinated with the United States. And I asked him for reaction to the Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Beirut. And President Trump said, I'm not happy about it. Now, more broadly, he said that the ongoing Iranian missile fire toward Israel at this moment certainly is not going to help the negotiations. But again, he is calling on the Iranians to stop firing these missiles and get back to the negotiating table to ultimately reach a settlement. The president talked about the power of the U.S. military.
Well, it's time to start showing them that power. I mean, you can't just keep talking. You got to start showing them the power. You got to be like, here you go. You want to play games? You want to? Okay. You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Say hello to my little friend. That's what they need to do. God's plan. Yeah. Trump's not passive. You can't take out evil in one day. Well, I mean, I know, but if they hit you, you got to hit them back. That's the Chicago way. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the morgue. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Shalom. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's it for the Israeli stuff. Explosion scene. We saw this in Iran. Yeah. Same stuff. All right. So let's do this. Uh-huh. This. All right. And then this. Iran fires ballistic missiles at Israel.
This pocket-sized pressure tool is so powerful, it strips a decade of grime off concrete in 30 seconds.
California primaries just happened this Tuesday. However,
okay, why the fuck do you do this, Gateway Pundit? You got the story, you put the thing here, and it has nothing to do with this. I'm starting to really hate the Gateway Pundit. Seems president is desperate to get the deal done. Have a lot of ideas on why the 200 characters cannot do. We'll see. We'll see. Patience, grasshopper. Okay. Yep, 47 years of evil. It's time to end it. Time to end it. Iran launched missiles against northern Israel following Israeli attacks in Beirut. The attack prompted widespread security measures across Israel, including cancellations of classes nationwide. Why is my camera look that way? What is going on here? Why do I look so big? The camera, something's wrong here. Am I too far forward? What is happening? I'm not sitting right. Can everyone hear me good? I hope so. So far, the alerts have sounded hundreds of times across Israel's Iran's launched at least 5 separate rounds of missile fire. Approximately 6 waves of ballistic missiles have been detected. The latest escalation began after Israel carried out airstrikes on targets in southern Beirut, a Hezbollah stronghold. Israeli officials said the strikes were conducted in response to recent Hezbollah attacks against northern Israel. Screw the deal. There will never be a deal with the IRGC in power. They lie. You think these stupid protests have anything to do with the Iranian attacks? Maybe. Don't look over here. Maybe. You need to share with Bella. What do I need to share with Bella? Maybe. I'm so tired of playing footsie with evil. Me too. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Israeli military reportedly intercepted the incoming fire before carrying out retaliatory strikes. I mean, that's the thing is like the screen. Well, I mean, I would, but I'm waiting for someone, I have to wait. That's how it works. Got to wait. Yeah. No deals, period. With lies, there always, yes. There are always lies. Always lies. So Iran has repeatedly warned that any Israeli strike on Beirut would trigger a response. Following Sunday's attack, Tehran made good on the threat by launching ballistic missiles towards Israel, further intensifying the conflict. Iranian officials described the response as a direct consequence of Israeli military actions in Lebanon. Sirens were sounded, multiple strikes. Several U.S. Air Force refueling aircraft have gone airborne near Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion Airport. One easy one, underestimated IRGC ability and resolve overestimated our low-intensity ability, PGM supply issues, and severe overestimation U.S. populist support. If you know how dangerous the IRGC is. Mods rocking here, they don't boot me. No, nobody really gets booted. We got some refueling stuff going on there. The missile attack comes as President Trump continues negotiations aimed at reaching a broader agreement with Iran. Trump has made clear sanctions relief will not come automatically. Iran talks are with missiles only. Probably. According to multiple reports, the administration's insisting on stricter nuclear restrictions. I thought they wouldn't have any nuclear. I mean, what is going on here? Additional limitations on their ballistic missile program. Diplomatic efforts continue. The security situation on the ground continues to deteriorate. Renewed violence threatens to derail the ongoing discussions. It's a developing story, and we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see. And then the Post. Why is this here? It says, Iran bombards Israel with missiles, threatens to reignite all-out conflict. Iran bombed Israel with missiles Sunday, threatening to reignite all-out conflict. The attack, which involved 4 waves, a total of about 10 missiles in under an hour. It occurred less than a day after Israel struck Beirut's southern suburbs. Trump told Fox he wasn't happy about Israel's assault in Lebanon on Saturday, which Israeli officials said was in retaliation for Hezbollah continuing its attacks. Howdy, Muffin. Where you been hiding? It's been a while since I seen you around. Well, she's been around. She's been around. IRGC hates Israel so badly it hurts their pride. It does. He added to Axios that he was calling Prime Minister Netanyahu and telling him to not attack Iran in response. Each of them had their fun. If Bibi strikes them back, it's just going to keep going like this the last 47 years or the last 3,000 years. Is that true? Did Trump say that? Yes. He's dead, Jim says. The JCPOA was a plan to kick the can down the road. It had loopholes wide enough to drive a Mack truck through it. That's true. So Trump told the Times that the Israeli president will listen to him because he has no choice. I call the shots. Oh. Trump had previously told Iran not to retaliate for Iran's attack in Lebanon, a warning that was not heeded. What I would suggest, Iran, you've shot your missiles. That's enough. Go back to the table. Make a deal. What's up, 88th round? Hello, all. I'm late trying to catch up. Oh, we just started, so it's all right. You know. Smoke rising from a building in Tyre after the June 7th strikes. Iran's military, in a statement shared with social media, accused Israel and the U.S. of violating the ceasefire. What's up, Diamond G? Been listening to TDS coverage of Iran. Happy to be here now. Well, I'm just going to try. I'm going to talk about it. Our acceptance of the ceasefire on April 8th was conditioned on a ceasefire on all fronts. Was it really a ceasefire on all fronts? What's happening here? Officials have repeatedly cautioned Israel against escalating the war. Last week, the Lebanese and Israeli government agreed to their own ceasefire, but Hezbollah rejected the deal. But that's the thing. Like, when you got terrorist groups that are operating and they're attacking, what are you supposed to do? Just let them get away with it and be like, well, I promised them I wasn't going to do nothing. Like, somebody's got to take out the terroristas, the terroristas. Pakistan's also trying to revive the Iran-Israeli peace talks with little success, as Iran stipulates a deal must include an end to Israel's war in Lebanon. Well, then Hezbollah must stop attacking Israel. The Meet the Press interview that aired Sunday, Trump said he's not demanding that Lebanon be part of an overall ceasefire deal. Netanyahu, who's up for re-election later this year, has insisted on pressing ahead with Israel's offensive in Lebanon until he believes Hezbollah no longer poses a threat to Israel. Before Israel's strikes in Beirut, Iran warned an attack would spark full-scale war across the Middle East. I guess then there's going to be a full-scale war. What are we waiting for? Let's get it on. State Department said in a statement to the New York Times that it still supports the process of negotiations between Israel and Lebanon ahead of more negotiations planned for June 22nd. This all just seems like it's just like a constant thing going on. Constant thing. It also noted that U.S. supports Israel's rights to self-defense and stands with the legitimate government of Lebanon. Legitimate government of Lebanon, as opposed to the illegitimate government, which would be Hezbollah. So Hezbollah unleashed devastating waves of missile attacks that overwhelmed Israel's Iron Dome. An Iranian strike later the month killed more than 100 civilians. Epoch Times, it says Iran launches missiles at Israel since ceasefire agreement. Basically the same thing. Siren sounded, all this stuff. Israel strikes back at Iran hours after missile barrage over Lebanon attack. I'm late with a great excuse. Yes, an 8.2 magnitude earthquake in the Philippines, tsunami alert. Yes. Yeah, and, like, it's odd that happened, odd that it happened right after solar flares. There was some more solar flares earlier today. I'm going to keep an eye on all that stuff. So Israel struck several military targets in Iran on Sunday. Hours after they launched a barrage of missiles at the Jewish state. The Air Force struck targets belonging to the Iranian terror regime. Iran's state media separately reported explosions were heard in Tehran, Tabriz, Isfahan after Israel launched air-launched ballistic missiles. So they have air-launched ballistic missiles? Durka, Muhammad Jihad, or DARPA. The defense, whatever, research, and what is that, DARPA? Isn't that the defense research? Earlier, Iran fired 10 missiles at Israel, all of which were intercepted. Israel's strike violated its delicate ceasefire because of the stuff in Lebanon. Trump said he would convince Netanyahu out of conducting a retaliatory strike. Tsunami and such was a joke. Was it? Oh. Yeah, that's the military black budget research. That's what I thought DARPA was. On Sunday, the IDF defiantly announced they would continue to operate and intensify its actions against Hezbollah. Trump told Meet the Press that he's not demanding that Lebanon be included. We saw that. Israel and foreign intermediaries are supposed to meet for negotiations on June 22nd. Where do you think we go from here? Will we see more strikes? I don't know. I mean, at some point, Trump's going to have to say it's not going to work. Geez, Jim, the DARPA comment was a joke. Okay, I got you. Durka, Muhammad Jihad. I got you. DARPA. I spent all day or two studying Islam. It's a joke. All right, and then this is the next story is Trump says, I've had enough. Thank you, darling. President Trump epically shuts down a whimpering Kristen Welker during a hostile interview, walks out. So let's see here.
Evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
your
about
elections in this country. We're like a third world country. Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But Mr. President,
you're one-sided crooked networks. Right? Let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain with you for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr.
A country can never be great with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Wow, traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview. That's crazy, isn't it?
I spoke with President
Trump, and he told me to go pound sand. All right. Yeah. So there's more evidence of that. Yeah. So let's see. Is there more of this? No, nothing more there. All right. Do this. Come here. Hey, what's up, Lisa? How you doing? There's 2 billion people who live it, more than a handful of theocratic governments do. Yes. Poor baby. Yeah. He let that bitch go on too long. I traveled halfway across the country to Wisconsin to harass you, Mr. President. Yeah, crazy. I don't remember those type of questions for Biden. No, the Biden's handlers would come in and cancel the interview. Yeah. Can you make skyscrapers earthquake proof? Just not 737 proof, I guess. Well, not proof. I mean, like they can make them so that they can withstand a certain amount of shaking. But if you get up to like an 8.0, 9.0, I don't think there's very many buildings that can withstand that. So Trump storms off Meet the Press after firing exchange with Kristen Welker over the 2020 election. A visibly agitated President Trump cut off the interview and stormed out. After a testy exchange, Trump lashed out at the moderator, Kirsten Welker, whatever her name is. Kirsten Welker. After she insisted he failed to provide a shred of evidence.
Well, they're urging.
No, they're crooked.
Let's see here.
Local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
Just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
really.
Let's
well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid. Right. Let's call it quits because I've had enough.
That's right. Let's call it quits because I've had enough with this stupid lying. See you next Tuesday. She's more offended she had to interview him or she had to go to Wisconsin. Yeah, which one? It's crazy, right? Are you going to cover the LA mayor's race? I might talk about it. I mean, this is what he was talking about right here. I mean, what's there to talk about? They stole it. They rigged it. That's it. They stole it. We kind of talked about it last night. They rigged it. They were able to stuff the ballot boxes with just votes for what's a very Nakaraka to get spread off the ballot. So, that's you get what you get. She's asking for evidence that she should be looking for. Yeah, she wants you to spoon feed it to him. Which is experts say with people with knowledge of the thing. It's so much firsthand evidence. Yeah. It isn't over to the fat lady sings. It's not November yet. Anything can happen. Well, no, but Pratt's knocked out. They knocked Pratt out. So LA, they knocked Pratt out. They're probably trying to knock out Steve Hilton too. I'm thinking they wasted his time in hopes he would catch pneumonia in that damp weather. Oh, maybe. Hey, absent minded, great to see you. Okay, so yeah, your one-sided crooked network.
This 1.8 billion so-called anti-weaponization fund, it was going to compensate people who say the federal government weaponized the legal system against them. It's been blocked by the courts, met with opposition from Republicans
and Democrats
in Congress and Democrats.
Excuse me, mostly Democrats.
Mostly
some
Democrats and some Republicans.
Some, very few Republicans.
Just to be very clear, are you backing off the fund completely, as your acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has said, or are you looking for another avenue to revive
So
the
let me
fund?
explain what the fund is. People have been hurt so badly by radical left lunatics that worked for the Biden administration and Sleepy Joe. They're vicious, they're violent, what they did to people. And of course, they went after me more than anybody else. They raided Mar-a-Lago and all the other things. But people have been badly hurt. They've committed suicide. They've lost their jobs. They've lost their families. They've lost their wives. They've lost everything. They've lost everything over a fake weaponization of government. Now,
So
let
are
me
you
just tell
looking
you.
for a way to revive it?
Well, look, if it was up to me, I'd pay them the kind of money that they deserve. People have been destroyed. Lives have been destroyed. Many suicides. Think of it. People have committed suicide because a bunch of thugs went after them.
You don't.
So, me personally, I think the weaponization fund is a great idea. And so do many other Republicans. You have to get it approved. If they get it approved.
Listen to that shitty sound. They have it. You can barely hear him over the rain. It's insane that how shitty the sound is.
That's great. If they don't get it approved, I'd be disappointed.
All right, we're going to motor through this.
But you have to understand, people have been destroyed by crooked politicians, and they should be reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it. I can tell you this, 97% of those people, you look at them, the FBI or whoever it was, because you had a lot of crooked cops, you had dirty cops. Comey was a dirty cop.
Well,
a guy like Bolton was a dirty
but
cop.
There's no evidence.
Wait a minute. You think Comey was a straight
people
cop?
who pleaded guilty to assaulting police
Comey
officers.
was a dirty cop.
No, but
they
the
had
people who
FBI.
assaulted police
Listen to me. They had FBI agents ushering them into the building. They had FBI go into the building. Those people walking around there looking, oh, isn't this nice? They weren't in. They were being ushered into the building.
There's no evidence.
You had a bunch of dirty cops, and frankly, what they did was weaponization of our government.
But sir, there's no evidence of that. More than 1,000 people.
There's none. You know what you do? Try looking at the tapes one time.
Would you take it off the table?
Look at the tapes one time.
But 172 people did plead guilty to assaulting police officers.
You know why they pled
Should
guilty?
They be exempt
because they told they were going to jail
funds?
for 15 years if they didn't.
Should they?
They pled guilty because they were frightened. They went down. They were ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without even going into the building.
You'd be okay with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
The people were destroyed by dirty cops and by weaponization. Many of those people should be compensated. Now, with that being said, as I understand it, the weaponization fund is going to set up a group of people, people that could be picked by anybody, fair people, smart people, and they will go on an individual case basis.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the weaponization fund. I love the idea because people like you, the fake, dirty press, the crooked press, people like stupid Biden, he's not smart enough to know what's going on, but people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office, what they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
All right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying, but
There's
let me
a
ask
lot
you
of
about
evidence.
Todd.
There's no evidence. Such bullshit. Thank you to Lurch Linger. on Cash App for $5. That means right now we are $95 away from adding a first additional hour to the show and just $45 away from Bellavision. Thank you so much, Lurch Linger. Thank you. Yeah, so there's so much evidence. Yeah, I bet she had evidence on COVID being spread by bats too. It's crazy. Yeah, woman, it was planned by your mama, Pelosi, the crooked whore. Ooh, yes. What's up, Roselle? Great to see you. Oh, Wuhan Fried Back, good to see you. Who else is here that I didn't see? I Rules here. Lisa Edders here. What's up? How you doing? Light Warrior, awesome to have you. Yeah, Trump is the stable genius in chief. He sure is. Yes. RGM, what's up? How you doing? Great to see you. Great Eagles here. Dalu's here. Who else is here? Glenn Croy, I said hi to. Vegan Tastes Like Chickens is here. He's Dead Jim's here. Oh, What the F's here. Q-Ed Was is here. What's up? Great to see you. Oh my God, just the fact that she argues like this with it's pitiful. Yeah. She never argues with him. It's pitiful. Yeah. What kind of shitty chair did they give him? A shitty chair. What's up? Thanks, Lurch Slinger, for the 5. They arrested people for jaywalking. Yeah, they'll go after. No evidence, my ass. That's right. Tons of evidence. Tons of evidence. Lynn, great to see you. Thanks for being here. What's up, Shyla Thel? How you doing? Shyla Thiel, maybe? Is it Shyla? Is it Shyla Thiel or is it Shy Lathel? Probably Shyla. Whatever it is, thank you for being here. Fran VT says, I'm hiding out in here. Well, thank you, Queen, for being there. It's great to see you. Hey, Steve's here too. What's up, Steve? Awesome. Yeah, prayers for everyone, definitely.
Blanche.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd
tremendous evidence. There's nothing
Well,
but evidence. The election was rigged. It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now in
never
California.
presented evidence.
It's happening
Evidence.
right now in
election was
California.
rigged.
Right now, it's look at what's
Where's
happening
the
in
evidence
California.
to that?
It's
The
4
Republicans
days.
are doing well in
California. No, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with it.
That's how they count.
You know
the
why
votes
they're doing
in
that? Because
California.
they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
all
that?
I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not
and
evidence.
I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think
and
it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes in
Do you
California.
think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a
State
winner?
and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted.
Hey, what's up,
That's
Neil?
how they vote
They're
in
crooked,
California.
just like you're crooked.
That's how they love voting California. Oh, everything. She's got an answer for everything. She's not listening to a word he's saying. She's just arguing the demon rat point. Yeah, he was never allowed to present evidence, you disingenuous. See you next Tuesday. Yeah, well, go find the evidence or lack of being, you're a journalist. You're supposed to do that. Yeah.
Your press is crooked, and meet the press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
Really?
let's
Well, you
Fair,
play
I'm not
right
crooked.
into their hands. then.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid. You play
continue.
right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
You know why I
you've
got
never
that?
presented
Because you have no
evidence.
credibility.
But you've never presented evidence. That it was
The evidence is everyone saw the evidence. Everyone saw the evidence themselves. They saw them say, we're going to stop counting and then not, kick everybody out and then not. We saw that Trump was up ahead like this and it went like this and went past them. That's the same thing that just happened. Same thing that just happened in California. It's the same thing they did with the Senate races in 2024. That they're always cheating. They cheat. That's the only way they can win is by cheating. She's both crooked and stupid. Dusky, what's up? Great. Thanks for being here. You're either crooked or stupid. Why not both? Why not both?
rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about
elections
You
in
went
this
to
country.
court.
We're like a third world country.
But, sir-
Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and
But,
Meet the Press is crooked,
Mr.
and so
President-
is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But, Mr. President-
You're one-sided crooked networks. Right? Let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the
traveled
rain with
all.
you.
I know. I
I've sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what? A country can never be great with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on, let's
traveled
go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Oh, he stepped on the mic too. Good for him. How their media be so freaking disrespectful? They never pull this crap on a Democrat.
I spoke with President Trump on Saturday, and we both acknowledged the complications during the interview posed by the rain.
So the interview opposed by the rain. Oh, whatever. ABC, NBC. Yeah. The interview started to get testy towards the end. Whatever. I don't know what's going to happen with the weaponization fund. I love the idea. Well, everybody does. Welker shot back. There's no evidence. There's no evidence. No evidence. Yeah, they wouldn't allow him to put any evidence in court. They wouldn't allow him to put any evidence in court at all, anywhere. They wouldn't allow him. So listen, let's do this. We're gonna do a quick little update here for some solar flares. Mike was crushed. Yeah, he got it. We all know 2020 was stolen. That's why we were there. That's right.
Good morning, folks. Welcome, observers. It is Sunday, June 7th, 2026, and today we've got scientists continuing to inch the geomagnetic animal kingdom forward. We're going to see an update on the solar cycle, but we are starting with the last 24 hours on our star, where there was one event that takes the cake. If you saw yesterday's second video, you already know the score. While the numerous sunspots largely stay silent, a southern active region woke up with a scream and then immediately went back to sleep. It was a mid-duration low M-class flare, but the slightly longer-lasting nature allowed for a considerable plasma release, somewhat violent actually. While the bulk plasma is heading left behind Earth's orbit, the CME burst was wide. Full halo on coronagraphs is easily visible. Last night, we shared the initial velocity enlil spiral from NASA, and this morning, NOAA has theirs updated as well. Direct impact tomorrow night is their forecast, and they are forecasting up to level 3 solar storms. Folks, if you recall the last few months, our in-depth analysis of NOAA underestimating KP index, and they pretty instantly went the other way, didn't they? We are watching you. Sunspots abound. Most of these have been silent, though. Nothing doing in the eruptive department outside of that one lone burst, heading next to sunspots on a longer time scale. Folks, it's really looking like there will be no second peak of this sunspot cycle. Our lone peak 2 years ago was well exceeding the previous solar cycle maximum power. We are heading for sunspot minimum in about 2 or 3 years.
It was the rain.
Folks, the magnetic animal navigation
warming,
world has been exploding the last 2 years. This piece is a fairly beginner level version, but it makes headway by confirming a growing suspicion that there's more than one way animals read the magnetic field. That's what has made it so hard to pin down. But as a new dissertation reminds us, it is not just the birds. It's marine creatures like turtles, also sharks, whales, crustaceans, plankton, fish, land mammals, and insects too. Everything uses the field, some species in more than one way, which is why it is such a big deal that Earth's magnetic field is having an excursion. As the magnetic poles move and the strength of our shield fades, the energy from space is surging. We went from the calm, normal, low rate of change pre-1850s to losing 5% of Earth's magnetic field per century. That jumped to 5% per decade during the 2006 acceleration that scared the elites into dropping clown world on us fast and hard. The 2023 acceleration nudged us further, and the civilizational instability events should begin in the years ahead. These will take out the majority of society well before the big show. Yes, it takes a lot to make it to the next age of Earth, but there is a steep cost just to get into the show. All your resources are linked below.
Check out Space Weather Dude. He's talking. So yeah, there's some stuff going on. It's very, very crazy. And gotta talk about it. We did have a $10 donation on PayPal from an anonymous donor. So that means we're now 85 away from adding a first additional hour and 35 away from Bellavision. Thank you all so much. Yeah. Trump had a roundtable with farmers in Wisconsin today. His son had spots, turned out to be the measles. It's alien turkeys invading the signal, Jim. Well, could be. Pratt was in the runoff, then came today. Yep, they kicked him out. That's what they did. Trump knows the media is like, why does he even bother? There needs to be prepared with video and docs to show him to shut up. Well, he's just, Jim's trying to put us to sleep. I'm just trying to, keep you guys all elites be failing. Yeah. D.E. Shaw was locked up people's investments for an extra 4 years. Thanks to Al Gore, said we'd be all cooked before that anyway. Yeah, stuff happens. So lawsuits attempt to stop the UFC fight at the White House. It's crazy. Why is this commercial still going? Like, commercial's been going forever. It's just nuts. Holding out on the Bellamini. Well, here's the thing. So another commercial? They're just going to keep running commercial after commercial after commercial? I mean, how many commercials are they supposed to have?
7.
CBS. Oh, there's Keanu Reeves. Oh, this guy. There's Keanu Reeves again. Wow. Paramount. Little House on the Prairie? Seriously? Federal lawsuit filed Saturday seeks to shut down the Ultimate Fighting Championship fight night at the White House South Lawn on Trump's birthday. Lawsuit filed by the Public Integrity Project on behalf of a political activist and Air Force veteran calls the plans deeply corrupt and argues that it seeks to enrich the president and his allies. I mean, I don't even understand where they come up with this.
We never saw the hell.
I mean, what? I don't get it. I don't get this. Why they're going to keep playing over and over the same crap. It argues the Trump administration's approval of the event on national parklands violates federal law, and construction of the venue, which includes a massive arch on the South Lawn, lacks congressional authorization and did not go through environmental review. These people are actually trying to fight. Like, they waited months. This stuff has been planned for months, and now they're just finally starting to mess around. What is this? No, it's just going to be ads after ads. Wow. So it's a for-profit sports event. This is just crazy. They didn't care when it was people showing their you'll stay awake for Jim and Bella. Well, thank you. All the commercials are crazy, ain't it? She has no standing and her knees are shot. Yeah. We need a seance. Yeah. Let's get the feds into Los Angeles to check the cheating. They did. They sent the feds in there. The problem is that they were told that they can't go in. They were blocked from going in. They were blocked from going in. It's amazing. They got told, no, you can't come in. What's this say? Yeah. This weekend's events are set to kick off Friday night at the Lincoln Memorial. The lawsuit contends that those who stand to benefit from the event include the president, who has investments in the UFC's parent company, Dana White, and his company's broadcast partner, Paramount Skydance, which is a parent company of CBS News, and its advertisers. Wow. The UFC said the event is part of the celebrations to mark the country's 250th anniversary, but the lawsuit notes the dates of the fight falls on Trump's 80th birthday, about 3 weeks before July 4th. There's a whole month of stuff leading up to the thing. So the event's neither for the celebration of the independence nor crucially being planned and organized. It later adds that rather UFC is being held for the financial benefit of the UFC, and it's on Trump's birthday. So I don't know. Administration official called the lawsuit an obstructionist, baseless, dilatory attempt to prevent President Trump from hosting what will undoubtedly go down as one of the most historic sporting events in our nation's history. This iconic event is no different than various other White House hosted events on the South Lawn and properly permitted events on the Ellipse and National Mall throughout the year. UFC did not respond for requests to comment. I mean, this is going to be an issue. Like, some judge is probably going to come along and say, that, oh, you can't do this. They're probably going to say you can't do it.
The White cage match fighting is coming to the White House. Crews have been seen erecting a 6-foot wire mesh fence shaped into an octagon on the White House lawn, ahead of a martial arts show timed for US President Donald Trump's 80th birthday and as part of the US 250th anniversary celebrations. Trump is known as a proud proponent of cage match politics. He was the first sitting president to attend a UFC show, sitting courtside in 2019. The league is planning to issue 85,000 free tickets for the event, which falls on a Sunday. Trump has said all top guys will be featured.
So how is it going to make them money if they're giving 85,000 free tickets? That doesn't make any sense. to say they're giving away the tickets for free. Why is it an octagon? Damn Brits. Octagon? Someone answer how Virginians have standing over an event on Maryland land. Who knows? These people, how do any of them had standing to sue anything? We got crappy cars. They fuck California. Yeah.
Good.
So a lawsuit filed Saturday seeking to block the UFC fight scheduled to take place on June 14th. It's Flag Day. So what, it's supposed to not do anything? Should we cancel Flag Day because it fell on Trump's birthday? Yeah, bring Biden back for a fight with Trump that he was always wanting. Yeah. Plaintiff's attorney argued the event's deeply corrupt and says that the president purchased $50,000 worth of stock in the company earlier this year. TV ads paying? I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be broadcast or whatever. Events neither for the celebration, whatever. These people are such a fucking liar. UFC is selling VIP packages for between $1 million and $1.5 million per head, but they gave away 85,000 tickets. So whatever, man. This is just a joke. Attorneys say the damage to the White House grounds from the construction of the cage make the event different. It's none of their fucking business. It's none of their fucking business. Lawsuit says brands are clamoring over each other to see their brands plastered adjacent to the executive residence and a reflecting pool. So they've decided no American will be able to take in this celebration without first paying $8.99 plus tax for the Paramount Plus streaming subscription. Susan Douglas and Paul Romano say they're being harmed. Douglas, a retired government employee, said she's suffering aesthetic, physical, expressive, and procedural harm. And Romano, a retired Air Force sergeant, said he's suffering aesthetic, dignitary, and procedural harms. They have no standing to sue. And if a judge finds that they have standing to sue, that judge needs to be immediately removed from office. They can't take it to court. It doesn't mean they win. Yeah. Military rocks just wish we treated them better. Yeah. Same thing. Lawsuit aims to stop the fight. Well, they might have a problem because they waited so long. It was announced over 6 months ago, 8 months ago, and they just waited to now to file a lawsuit. New lawsuit challenges the UFC event. So less than 7 days away. Oh. It should get a lawsuit looks to stop the event. This is like everything that we've gone through. It's just nonstop. We've basically been living under judicial tyranny. Everything the president tries to do, you've got judges illegally stepping in to try to stop him. British people say we speak bad English, but some of them pronounce China. It's already been constructed. They're not going to stop. Tusi official. Okay, let me see what that is. Okay. Okay. Tusi official says Israeli government confirms that this morning's strikes in Iran were coordinated with President Trump. Judicial and Senate leadership tyranny. That they're just not doing it. The Trump fixed the reflecting pool in 2 months. Karen Bass still has an empty reservoir. Yeah, that's crazy. They probably judge shopped and will get an emergency stay like the crybabies usually do. What's to say? California can't say no to illegal alien shit kids. Yeah, probably. Hey, what's up? This after the deceptive tactic carried out earlier pretend the U.S. is stopping Israel from hitting back. Trump would never tell Israel not to defend themselves. So I don't know. That's what they're claiming. Yeah, they were crying about the reflecting pool. You can't make it up. It is crazy, isn't it? They're crying about the reflecting pool. Joe says, almost caught up. Back to the Future. Thanks, Joe. With that, $2 now, that means we are now $83 away from adding a first additional hour and 33 away from Bellavision. Thank you all so much. There we go. Release the Hound. Thank you so much, Renee. Thank you. So that means right now we are $58 away from adding a first additional hour. I don't know why. Sometimes the math in my head, it just gets stuck. Thank you so much, Renee. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Snarf? Yes, bless you. Thank you, Renee Collins. The Dems are winning again. Yes. If I fall asleep, my TV still, it's because I had wine. Well, don't worry about it. I'm so happy for everybody. So, anyway, so yeah, Spencer Pratt says that a net swing of more than 43,000 votes since Tuesday. 43,000, huh? Where have I seen that number before? Probably nothing. Why are there so many homeless people? It's no secret Los Angeles is one of the largest homeless populations. In 2025, they estimated 72,000 were experiencing homelessness, and in Los Angeles County, and that 43,000 people experience it on any given night in Los Angeles. Wow. The latest ballot count, city councilwoman has passed Spencer Pratt for second place. Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy how all of a sudden she jumped past him. It's kind of nuts, isn't it? This is truly terrifying. The California Communist Party must be stopped. This man is the reason why. How did she gain more mail-in ballots than Mayor Bass again? What's going on? Here's the truth, how they beat it. There it is. Here's how it happened.
All right, come on. Got something for you. Let's go to work.
They got to play music. I can't listen to the music. But here you go. Get to work. Get the ballots. They're giving them drinks, getting them to vote. Let's go. Ballot shop. There they go. Look at them. They're stacking the ballots. This is what they're doing. This is crazy. The auto pen, Biden's auto pen doing the work for them. Votes from India take time. They do. Just bringing them in. Stack them. Go. Yeah. It's crazy. No cheating there. Meanwhile, Thune is eating shit. Yeah. We need more ballots today. We're 50,000 behind. Yeah, there you go. Get the ballots. Get the ballots. Yeah, bring them in. Every election year, one way or another, this has to stop. Yeah, it has to stop one way or another. It does. An entire British fleet of attack submarines is docked and capable of combat. It's crazy. There's Sturmer. Iran just fired more missiles, about to get spicy. Yeah. Gonna have to pay into it. Do not redeem mail-in ballots. That's right. Do not redeem. Hey, what's up, Vince? Thanks for being here. Sorry you're late. No worries. No worries. No worries. The federal government may have standing in this. I think there are congressional seats involved in this election. Yeah, but this is the I'm not sure. Like state, I don't know. I don't know. Early warning in Israel looks like a rash. Hey, what's up, Chris Thompson? How's it going? Nice meeting you earlier today. Oh, hey, what's up? Okay, yeah, you were on with Jake Hudson. I swear I heard something about Ukraine striking missiles in St. Petersburg. Yes, Russia and Ukraine have been exchanging missiles today, too. Thank you for the 2, Chris. With that, now we are just $56 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Want to thank everybody who donated. Thank you very much. We pay to be cheated. Yeah, we do. You love Bella? Well, Bella loves you. Let me fix her camera there. It's a little off. She's got her little dolly there and everything. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Christine? Great to see you. Stupid YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's being stupid. So let's see here. So, Britannia which rules the sea or not. Yeah. We have been reporting here on the Gateway Pundit how the British Armed Forces, particularly its legendary Royal Navy, is depleted and unprepared for war. Yesterday, a shocking report arose saying the entire fleet of hunter-killer subs is stuck in port, unable to sail, leaving Britain at risk for today's threats. It's a national disgrace.
I mean, our submarines are sunk, but not in the way they're meant to sink. What's going on?
I think it's, look, I'm an ex-Royal Navy submariner. I commanded 2 nuclear attack submarines in the past.
Hey, what's up,
What we're
Boogie Lou?
seeing
How you
right
doing?
now is something that's been going on for years. We've been underinvesting in maintenance. We haven't been spending the money on making sure we've got floating docks or dock support facilities for our submarines. And when I was the submarine long-term planner, one of the things I used to do sort of virtually every week was look at a graph and so show where maintenance would come to the end and then the submarine would have to come alongside. We've now reached the stage now where that's it. You know, HMS Anson's come back from its deployment in the Indian Ocean and going to Australia, and it needs maintenance. So we have our entire nuclear submarine fleet, or our now nuclear attack submarine fleet alongside.
Submariner.
Quite frankly, it's a national disgrace. And anybody who thinks that this is something that should be in any way seen as just an aberration, it's not, because in many respects, this was the process that's gone over the last couple of years has led us to this point. It's led us to the point where we have no nuclear attack submarines at sea. We have a great deal of difficulty getting a Type 45 destroyer off against the wall. And we can't put an air group on sort of our flagship aircraft carrier that's just sailed from Stavanger. And, you know, the air group it had on it, bearing in mind, was 4 helicopters. 4 helicopters does not equal an air group, and it's not going to scare Putin's Navy away. This is, quite frankly, it should be a national disgrace and heads should roll. But yeah, here we are. It's not going to happen.
So, Steve, ironically, this is obviously the day after D-Day, one of the most impressive pieces of military might and planning that, you know, we've ever seen. And hopefully we don't have to do that again. But how important are submarines to the defence of this country?
They are vital to the defence of our nation. The one thing that, look, we have always been reckoned by, particularly the Americans, other people, look, with other areas of defence we haven't been particularly strong on. But the one thing we always were able to deliver was a globally world-class nuclear submarine fleet that was capable to go out and find the enemy, close with it, and if necessary, if we ever went to war, we'd take it out. That is what we were capable of. We also have world-class special forces and we world-class intelligence gathering efforts. Those are the 3 sort of jewels in the crown that we were able to deliver both to our allies, to the United States, and also to the nation, because that was the one thing that the likes of Putin could never counter. Well, it's not very difficult countering when it's all tied up alongside, is it?
No, that's right. The British Navy used to rule the seas. Now it can't even rule. Now the British Navy can't even control the fucking English Channel. They couldn't. They told the Russians you can't sail through the English Channel, and the Russians did it, and they couldn't fucking stop them. World-class special forces. He still thinks they have world-class special forces. The SAS is still pretty good, right? Special forces aren't a joke. The Brits got some boys. Yeah, they do this. SAS is pretty good. I hate people. I love animals. Libs should not be allowed to have animals. Yeah. Epstein Files has damaged the UK. That was its purpose. Could be. Military experts have warned the Navy's lack of available nuclear-powered attack subs, which carry up to 38 Spearfish torpedoes and a battery of Tomahawk missiles, leaves the UK subsea internet and power cables dangerously vulnerable to sabotage from Russia. See the auto misspelled? It just happened. The British military went DEI harder than our military in the last 10 years. Yes, they did. If you doubted the 2 Democrats would be ahead in LA after they have the number to beat, you're not paying attention. Yeah, it's crazy. Here's another one talking about it. This is just terrible what's going on.
Well, yeah. So
basically,
their headline there is they're talking about our attack submarines, our Astute-class submarines that are tied up for maintenance. And, of course, because our maintenance facilities are not what they should be as well, there's a backlog of the docks that are available for them to go in and to get these vital upgrades that are required as well. So
we have an entire fleet of these sort of secret submarines that are unfit for purpose at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, we've got HMS Anson, for instance, one of the Astute class submarines. It was sent away down to Australia because we're trying to make nice with the Aussies because we're part of this AUKUS agreement to build a new generation of attack submarines with them. But it's away down on the other side of the world. Then Iran happens. And of course, it has to come back up to the Middle East. I mean, James, really, in terms of where we are with Sir Keir Starmer, we see him all the time. Loves nothing better than to get on the pulpit, show the world what a big, strong international leader he is, talking about a very uncertain and dangerous world. But money where the mouth is, it doesn't seem to have followed. It's been a year since the defence review came out. We still don't have this investment plan.
Yeah, absolutely right. Look, another great American president, Theodore Roosevelt, once famously said, "Talk softly, but carry a big stick." And Keir Starmer is doing the exact opposite of this. We've got no speakable defence that we can talk about to weigh in on the big issues in the world, and yet he is pretending that he is this great statesman striding around the world, probably to distract everybody, including himself, from all the domestic woes that we've been discussing. The fact is that we've not invested nearly enough in our defence for a very long time, probably, frankly, since the end of the Cold War, where we have taken that so-called peace dividend and used it to get fat and lazy on large welfare budgets rather than maintaining a decent kind of defence force. And those things are coming home to roost. I think an awful lot of it, though, goes back to also, just to be even more depressing, to our weak economic state that we've also had for a very long time, because you can't have a particularly strong defence base unless you have a strong economic base. And that's not just financial services and big tax receipts. It is the ability to make things that, crudely, you can shoot at bad guys and they blow up. And you look at, say, for example, America again in the start of World War II, they were tiny compared to the amount of materiel that Britain and the Germans and the French were building, but it was because they had this massive industrial base of frankly, mass production of cars and things like that, they were able to turn those engines on and hopefully become, the arsenal of democracy that helped keep Britain in the fight and eventually helped us win the Second World War. Does Britain have that kind of industrial base? No, I don't think we do at the moment. And as you say, this defence industrial plan, I've spoken to people, investment plan, I've spoken to people who work in some of the cool new defence startups that have been springing up, and so where is the money that's been promised? The Germans are doing it now, and the Brits are still not doing it, and so the damage has already been done. And you'd think if anybody could do a kind of rejuvenation of a British industrial base where we make things again, it'd be the Labour Party, but nope, can't even get that done because the Labour backbenchers are so moronic. All they care about, in the words of Pat McFadden, are taxing people to give more money away in benefits.
Yeah. That's right. Just giving more money away in benefits. That's all they did with the money. Like Lisa says, they invited the orcs into the Shire to rape the hobbits. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. That's why they gutted manufacturing base in America. That's right. That's why they did it, so that America can't be the arsenal of democracy anymore. The only arsenal is the arsenal of communism in China. Apparently, they haven't learned their lesson from the Battle of Hastings or 1776. It doesn't seem like it, does it? It seems like it's a little issue. The attack submarines also protect the larger Vanguard submarines, which carry Trident ballistic nuclear missiles and make up UK's nuclear deterrent. Because that's all UK has, is just missile submarines. They don't have anything else. Extraordinary revelations come the day after the Mail told how one of the flagship $3.5 billion aircraft carriers had broken down again and was forced into port in Norway for repairs. They can't even keep their aircraft carriers out. Lord West, the former First Sea Lord and Labor Security Minister, said it's unacceptable and very worrying that the Astute subs are all out of action. The attack subs are fundamental for looking out for our ballistic missile submarines. More like arse anal. That's right. They have an arse anal. Chinese are chugging right along with their 100-year plan, 2 external wars and 1 internal. Yeah. All 5 of UK's Astute-class hunter-killer boats are awaiting maintenance and repairs. A 6th, which was commissioned into the fleet, is not yet ready to deploy. Naval commanders have said the situation makes the UK toothless in the eyes of Russia, which has ramped up naval activity around British waters by a third in the past year. aircraft carriers are bad when it comes to maintenance, including ours. Yeah, well, you're like we have, I think, 11 or 12, so we try to keep them in and out, and like so that way they're in getting repaired while the other one's out. So you can't try to keep like half of them out at all times or something like that. Commander Ramsey, a former submarine captain, said the lack of available tax boats was a serious wake-up call for Britain, urging Keir Starmer and major industry players to get a grip. We look toothless. The Russians know we can't put submarines to sea. None of this makes sense to me. You lose credibility against the Russians if you can't maintain a deterrence at sea. This problem has been hidden for decades. Everyone knew it was coming, but it got kicked down to the next person in charge. It's all massive redistribution of wealth. It's been their plan all along. Communism doesn't work. Night Bell. You're going to bed, I rule. See, watch that naval commander get arrested for saying that hurting someone's feelings. Yeah, that's what they'll do in the UK. They'll just arrest the people they don't like what they say. They arrest them. You hurt their feelings, they arrest you. And speaking of also what's going on is the U.S. is considering purchasing the Chagos Islands. So, yeah, where Diego Garcia is, the British are trying to give it away. And we've had a base there, and that's where our main base is. We keep our B-52s and our B-1s there and stuff, B-2s. Brits are trying to give it away. So we're like, fuck it, we'll buy it. The White House is considering a plan to buy the Chagos Islands from Mauritius. I don't know. Sounds stupid for not knowing a word. U.S. officials drawn up a proposal to bypass the UK and make their own deal to take control of Diego Garcia. Reuters could not immediately confirm the report. The White House, the UK Foreign Office did not immediately respond for a request for comment. The plan is among several options being drafted by the White House in a paper aimed at providing alternatives to British Prime Minister Keir Starmer ceding sovereignty of the Indian Ocean archipelago to Mauritius, the report said. The White House has been in regular discussions with Downing Street about securing the future of Diego Garcia. Britain's government in April put on hold its deal to cede sovereignty to the Chagos Islands, home of the U.S.-British Diego Garcia Air Base, which has been criticized by President Trump. Mauritius? It's Mauritius? Okay. Global systems out of America in it. It'll take a hard minute to reboot the new system. Yeah. I sometimes find out I've said a word wrong for years. Donald Trump considers buying Chagos Islands in an effort to crush Keir Starmer's surrender. Now, proposal forms part of a broader White House document outlining alternatives to Keir Starmer's plan. So he's weighing the proposal. American officials prepared the plan. Scott Besson has personally brought the concept to Trump's attention. Those sources indicate it does not currently represent the White House preferred course of action. Yeah, the preferred course of action is just to tell them, make us leave. We remain in regular discussions with our British allies as we work together to preserve the viability of Diego Garcia as a regional security platform. The proposal forms a broader White House document outlining alternatives to the Prime Minister's agreement, which would transfer sovereignty of the island to Mauritius. I mean, here's the thing. What the fuck are they thinking? Like, are these people all bought by China? Because that's the only people who benefit from this is China. Doesn't make any sense. Starmer's original agreement, Britain would have handed over the territory and subsequently paid $35 billion over a 99-year period to lease back the joint military base. The deal was put on hold indefinitely in April after Trump withdrew American support for the sovereignty transfer. Wait, so Biden supported this? Administration officials have expressed concern about ceding control of the surrounding waters, given the country's close ties to both China and Iran. Hey, what's up? How you doing? 77. What the fuck, Jimmy? That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't be doing that. Thank you for the 10. This is crazy, isn't it? That means we're 46 away now, just 46 away from a first additional hour of the show. Thank you so much. Are you talking about them like giving up the island, or what are you talking about? What the F? What's going on in Iran? What the effing about? But thanks for being here, America First. Trump should buy Liverpool. I'm not kidding. I should do something. For Washington to purchase the island outright, Sir Kermer's deal would first need to proceed with negotiations then taking place directly with Port Louis once sovereignty had changed hands. They will give them the islands and then pay money to stay there. Genius. You're repeating me. Okay. All right. Thank you. You'll be back. I'll be back with TV still on. The pound sterling isn't so sterling right now. Trump and Bessent did that. Well, it's good. Diego Garcia's strategic significance has been thrown into sharp relief by the ongoing conflict in Iran. The remote atoll hosts one of the Pentagon's most critical overseas facilities, serving as a hub for bomber operations, naval activities, and intelligence missions. During the current hostilities, the base has enabled the long-range strikes on Tehran using B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, with its position placing Iran within striking distance for round-the-clock missions. Yeah, last time they gave up Hong Kong. Yeah, they just, they just don't care. Ben Judah, who served as a special advisor to former Secretary David Lammy, told the Telegraph the airbase has super secret, super sensitive facilities there, which are so important to what Britain is able to do in the world. He added that Britain would never be able to replicate these capabilities independently. President Trump initially appeared willing to accept the sovereignty transfer before dramatically changing the course earlier this year. Did look up that Ohio's completed their engineering refueling, so any maintenance is incidental or regular. Okay. Yeah, Hong Kong was very handy. It was, but they gave it away. In a series of statements, he branded the arrangements an act of great stupidity and warned Sturmer against giving away Diego Garcia. That island looks like a fat woman's leg. The POTUS opposition intensified after the prime minister refused to permit American forces to use the base for strikes on Iran during the opening phase of the conflict. President Trump has since launched repeated attacks on the prime minister, declaring he was no Winston Churchill, and blaming him for the deterioration of the special relationship between London and Washington. Robert Midgley, spokesperson for the Friends of the British Overseas Territory, said, "We welcome the U.S.'s urgency to protect Western security from malign actors. However, the Chagos Islands are British overseas territories, and there's no need to cede, sell, or lease to anyone. They have been British since 1814, and we intend for them to remain that way." So it's a major award. Yeah. Royals have stupid guilt now. It's stupid, right? Thanks for being here, Steve. I mean, this is just nuts. Like, it's been British territory since the 1800s. I mean, what's next? I mean, I guess maybe Argentina should make a play for the Falklands again, because they'd probably just give it away. A government spokesman said the government inherited a situation where UK control over the military base was under threat, and action was required to protect UK national interests to prevent our adversaries from getting a foothold in a location of such strategic importance. What? Diego Garcia is a key strategic military asset for both the UK and the US, which has protected our shared security for 60 years. Maintaining long-term operational control and security of Diego Garcia in the entire basis for the UK Mauritius Agreement, an agreement born out of the long-term risks to the base, of which both the UK and US are very well aware. Like, what are they talking about? We have to give up the island so that we can keep the island. This is some retard fucking Jimmy Carter shit. Speaking of Churchill, let's see. That's just some retard thinking. Yeah, take the Falklands. Go ahead. Why not? Who wants the Falklands? Argentina. Argentina wants the Falklands. That was our property. That Argentina, the Falklands were taken by Britain from Argentina a long time ago. The UK is run by idiots. Definitely. The British government's not our friend. A Steele dossier came out of MI6 Chatham House. Yeah. Yeah. Chalk says, my uncle helped build the airstrip and original buildings at Diego. Trump can seize the island from the UK. I mean, that's what we should start doing, is just be like, you know what, fuck it, we're taking it. It belongs to us now. That's pretty much it. It's the same stuff. Same stuff. We got, where are we at here? No. So we got in New York, 5 people were stabbed Sunday evening at New York City's Penn Station by a man experiencing homelessness. The UK can't stop us. Well, nobody can really stop us if we wanted to do whatever. Take it. It's not like they can send subs to defend it. That's right. 35-degree heat wave. All your bases belong to us. That's what I would say. That's what I would tell them. They're all ours now. Suspects in custody after 5 people were stabbed. Yeah, 5 people were stabbed. 5 stabbed in a bloody attack inside Penn Station. Just another day in New York City. You ain't kidding. 5 people were injured in a bloody stabbing inside Penn Station Sunday evening, in what sources describe as a random attack by a deranged man. Dang it, Sean, you beat me to it, whatever that means. I guess that means there's a raid. Yes, it means there's a raid somewhere coming. The knifing rampage began shortly after 7 p.m. The busy Midtown commuter hub, according to FDNY, just over 24 hours after President Trump will be directly above the transit center in Madison Square Garden for Game 3. So what they're trying to sum, experiencing homelessness. Can you even? It's right, yeah. I was going to suggest you raid Jim. Oh, well, thank you. Maybe they could. That would be nice. Well, a Zero Wing reference. Yeah. Hey, thank. How you doing, Aunt Jemima? Great to see you. I love your I love your pancakes. This story can't be true. CNN told me if we got rid of guns, people don't get hurt. Yeah. Oi to the pointy. You have a dress code for Penn Station. Oh, yeah, I'm going to show you. There's a video of something that happened. There's some blood. Yeah. 5 victims were rushed to Bellevue Hospital, including 1 person with serious injuries, 2 people with moderate injuries, and 2 people with minor injuries. An unidentified suspect is in custody, authorities have added. A homeless person walked down your road a few days ago, swinging a weapon and shouting at someone who wasn't there. Wow. Was it transitory homeless? It could have been. Could have been. Amtrak spokesperson confirmed to the Post that Amtrak police responded to the stabbing and apprehended the suspect. A picture posted on social media showed a group of cops pinning an individual to the ground. Oh. Can't make an identification there. The guy stabbed someone. People were flooding out of the station. I guess Brian's in the chat, but I didn't see him. UK was talking about legislation to make knives blunt because gun control didn't work. Yeah, but unless you have like religious affiliations that get you to wear it, use it. I saw a story, which I don't know is true, that they're allowing kids in schools in some states like Massachusetts, the massive two shits, and other places that are allowing the Indians, the Sikhs, to carry knives in school. That'll work out well. A worker at Penn Station who wished to remain anonymous said he received a call to shut down the area and arrived to find 2 wounded men on the floor covered in blood. I got calls to start closing the station. It was really bloody. There was a lot of blood on the floor. The worker added that he saw 1 victim with bandages on his head. It looked like he was hurt really badly. Taking Diego Garcia would be easy. British Navy is trash. Yeah, I don't think they could stop us. Knives in school, yeah, that's what they're approving now because they're part of their religion to carry knives or something. Or something. I'm just glad it wasn't any crazier than it was. Yeah, so the stabbing happened. I can't play that. What's this? Bank of England axed Churchill, Turing, and Austin from notes after being told they were not representative of UK's cultural and natural diversity. Oh my God, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? So, wow. Alan Turing, the father of modern computing, Churchill, the person who saved England. Wow. Can I carry a gun? It's part of my religion. Well, I was thinking that was something. It should be maybe like that. Britain has maybe 3 working outdated warships. All of Europe relies on our Navy. You're wrong. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. You wrong. They're called ceremonial daggers. Yeah, that's what they call them. They're just making up religions now, pretty much. The Bank of England dropped Winston Churchill and other famous Britons from future banknotes after research warned that historic figures could be seen as elitist and divisive. The only force that can stop the U.S. military is the media and stupid people that we have living here. That's true. You can't pray in schools, but you can carry knives. It's your religion. Oh, that's what they're doing. Yeah, UK is rewriting its history for the Muslims. That's what they're doing, Shyla. That's what they're doing. Yeah. He provoked the Blitz with war crimes. Oh, my God. I carried a pocket knife as a child, never thought to use it on a human. Yeah, I used to use it for whittling wood. Documents show they were advised that figures including wartime leader Churchill, codebreaker Alan Turing, and novelist Jane Austen were viewed by some as not representative of UK's cultural and natural diversity. You know, I want a ceremonial AR CD. That's what I'm saying. The research carried out by Savanta in October suggested portraits of notable Britons risk promoting a backward-looking vision of the UK. Jim, you can't fix stupid. You can only bury it. Well, I'm glad I got a shovel. The same school district that allows Sikhs daggers arrested a young boy for a toy soldier-sized plastic gun years ago. It's funny how the women in those religions can't carry daggers. Yeah. Holy AR? Yeah, that's legit. The findings were delivered months from the banknotes announced plans to replace historical figures for next year's banknotes with images of celebrating nature. The move will mark the end of a tradition that's been seen prominent Britons appear alongside the monarch on banknotes for more than 50 years. The bank has maintained that the decision was driven primarily by security concerns and public preference rather than the Savanta report. Yeah, sure it was. Tell me a city near you. Unfortunately, these people are us sick. It's the Hindu Sikhs that are carrying the knives for religious reasons. Someone said it was someone else, that it's not really the Sikhs, it's some other Tamils or something like that, or it's a different thing. Chris says, I went to a rural school. We had rifles in a lot of the vehicles, especially during deer season. Never had any problems. Yeah. Coming to jurors. Remember, you talk about coming to Jeets. Is that what you're trying to say? Bank of England governor said the organization's foremost objective was maintaining the security of the banknotes and combating increasingly sophisticated counterfeiting techniques. The bank also pointed to earlier public consultation, which found a majority of respondents favored nature as a theme for future notes. Oh. The Gospels of Stoner, Remington, Winchester, and Browning. Yes. And yet Sikhs. Well, it's Sikhs aren't Hindus. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a different. I'll find it. I have it saved somewhere. So the Shadow Defense Secretary said Churchill and Turing were heroes to be celebrated, because they are. I mean, without Turing, you guys would have gotten smoked by the Germans. Let's be clear. Turing was the reason you could break the whole MK Ultra thing, or not. I'm sorry, not MK Ultra. It was just called Ultra Secret that they had at Bletchley Park with the bronze goddesses. Was how they broke all the German codes and they knew stuff. The Punjabis. Yeah, I think it's the Punjabis. It's the Bank of London. That's the problem. Security. So they're admitting that Muslims are a security risk. Yeah. The AR faith will split over gas system length arguments. Yes, it will. Well, it'll have two different, sects. Kind of like, it'll be like the difference between the being the Shia and the Sunnis. You'll have the piston and the, short stroke, long stroke, piston sects, and then you'll have your direct impingement. God bless John Browning. Yes. The Sikhs historically were murdered by Muslims in India. That's why Sikhs adopted having knives to defend themselves. Third Railify is rated to stream. Wow, thank you, Third Railify. Thank you. Thank you so much for the raid, Rumble raid. He described the decision as shameful, called for it to be reversed. In one focus group, a member of the public described Turing, the World War II codebreaker and mathematician, as imperialistic. Yes. Hey, Mr. Scott Awesome, what's up? Thanks for being here. Yeah, Turing, the guy who famously was a gay guy who the British government basically tortured, poisoned, forced him into like sterilization or like, what was it called? Like chemically castrated him. That's what they did. Turing drove him crazy until he killed himself. Yeah. The father of modern computing built the world's first computer. Alan Turing came up with the whole idea of a computer. Yeah. But he's not, he's divisive. He's imperialistic. Because, well, isn't everybody that believes in the empire of Britain? I mean, this whole thing is like retarded. Like Britain was an empire. It was Imperial Britain. It has a king. But yet, what are you trying to do? Why don't you just change your name to Durkistan already? The Turing test is still done? Yeah. Hello, fellow friends of Future Conflict. Well, thank you for being here. Alan Turing is gay. Yes, he was gay. He's dead, though. He was gay, Zom. He was gay. The Turing test, yep. The participant said it does feel a little bit imperialistic. Even Alan Turing was obviously a famous scientist within the context of winning the Second World War. So they think it's imperialistic to win the Second World War. Holy fuck, are these people secret Nazis? What is going on? Camelot is a silly place. It sure is, man. It's crazy. Tickle that like, hit the follow, yeah. Apparently, Sikh is the religion from the Punjab ethnic group. Yeah. While Churchill was not specifically named, research prepared by the Bank of England staff warned that most of the 119 participants in Savanta's focus group felt that featuring historical figures was potentially divisive. Maybe their focus group should go fuck themselves. That's what I would say. Researchers say many participants, especially younger ones, question the relevance of current figures, suggesting the theme feels outdated. Wow. There's a clear desire for banknotes to evolve and better reflect modern Britain. So that, you know what they should be? They should be pictures of dying white people on the ground while the cops say, I don't think you've been stabbed, mate. That's what they should do, maybe. Yeah. Or cops getting stabbed in the neck by terrorists, migrant invaders, because they thought that the white guy must have been the bad guy trying to restrain the guy with the knife. That's what they should have on there. A spokesperson said, to select the theme for our next series of banknotes, we canvassed a range of opinion. So I can't believe they did a focus group of 119 people. Well, who are these people? How many of them were actually born in Britain? Put Tommy Robinson on a banknote. Yeah, that would say should do. Yeah. The theme also received additional positive feedback in the commission focus groups. If the people of Britain only get the government that they demand, yeah, well, they're going to get what they deserve. They're going to get what they deserve. They're going to get what they deserve. That's what they're going to get. That's what they're going to get. What they deserve. Here's what's going on in England, just so you're aware. Immigrant drops his pants in a packed commuter train. So check it out. Ready?
Yo, you need to get off the fucking train, bro. Fuck off! You need to get off. Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! What do you mean fuck off? Fuck off! You need to get off the fucking train, mate. There's fucking kids about, man. Right, you go, bro. Let's go. You want to go ahead? What the fuck? Like, get off the fucking train, bro. Stop fucking trousers. Put up your fucking trousers, mate. No. Go. Fucking Penn!
I mean, the fact that these people were just acting like it was nothing, it took one guy. Everybody on that train should have stood up and battered that man above his head, neck, and chest area. Yes. He was asserting dominance by showing his dick. That's what I think he was doing. Never forget the British kept its people on food rations until 1954. Yes. Did we ever get the St. Floyd coin? Oh, no. Europe is becoming the next group of third world countries. Well, yeah, if you import the third world, you become the third world. Yeah, or of Higby, the soldier beheaded by UK by the Religion of Peace. Yeah, that guy. Remember that? Yeah, try notes with pictures of Syrians, Indians, and pack of Stanleys. I didn't vote for a focus group. Me neither. Me neither. Classic dominant display. Yeah. Gotta love mass transit. Rule number 1 of street fights, never fight the naked guy. Yeah, that's right. Rise the fuck up. How do you batter someone above their head? No, I said batter them about their head, neck, and chest area. About. Batter them about their head, neck, and chest area. Yeah, I mean, the guy should have been, I don't know. I can't say what I'd like to say. The guy should not have been a conscience. It says Iran background. All right, let's see what we got there. I ran so far away, I couldn't get away. Bum, 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 bum. Look at this story. Check this out. He asked for his phone back. He was the aggressor. They shot him in self-defense. Yeah. This is a hate crime. An innocent white Penn State senior, Billy Schmidt, 22, executed in cold blood by 2 thugs over his phone. Give me my phone. His final words before being murdered in Philly's whitest neighborhood by animals the media refuses to name. No robbery gone wrong. No teens. Pure anti-white savagery from predators that belong in cages.
Moments of 22-year-old Billy Schmidt's life were caught on camera, pleading for his cell phone.
It's very upsetting.
Video from Ezra Rolanavich's porch camera at 1:30 Saturday morning shows 2 young men talking with Billy, who's off camera to the left. Seconds later, we see Billy follow them into the street toward 20th and Durfur. Moments later, a gunshot is heard. We've muted that audio out of respect for the family.
Over a phone, it's abhorrent. It's just...
hey, Edward, thanks for being here.
That someone would kill someone over a phone.
Moments of 22-year-old...
Someone would kill someone over a phone. Over a phone. Oh, this is what's happening, man. This is what's happening in the U.S. Hold on. I thought I had more of it. Here's about the 5 people stabbed in a mass attack in Penn Station, unidentified, emotionally disturbed man. Let's see what she has to say. Well, I would say
around 7:10. I was standing right around here, and we heard a bunch of commotion. Tens of police cars coming through, ambulances and whatnot. They were all going down into Penn Station, into the lower area. We followed them, and they went down into the New Jersey Transit area. I saw multiple people being taken out. I'll just wait for this ambulance to go by right now because it's quite loud. We saw multiple people getting carried out, one person on a stretcher, a couple people walking out with what appeared to be slashing or stab wounds. And yeah, so no word yet on if a suspect is in custody or if anybody has been arrested yet, but a lot of commotion. I went down into the New Jersey Transit area shortly after. There was still a bit of a scene. There were also still a lot of people waiting for their trains, but we don't know if this was random or targeted.
We're looking at some of the video, Meredith, right now, and I mean, it looks like it might have been a head injury for the one stretcher that we saw. Let's see if we have any other video of that scene there that we can play, Joe. And,
yeah, I can tell you what I did see. I saw obviously somebody with what appeared to be a face or head injury, and then I saw someone with what appeared to be a laceration of some sort to the side of their head or their ear. They were being taken in an ambulance, and then
yeah, it is. Same
there was at least one other person.
Same stuff that's happening in the UK is happening here all the time. They're letting them out of jail. They're not prosecuting them. They're dropping the charges. They're trying to disarm us. They're letting the people get away with it, and we have to stop them. We have to vote. We have to do what we have to do. Can't wait to see what happens in New York. If the Knicks win the finals, it should be fun. Oof, yes, you ain't kidding. Yeah. We have a much greater ability to protect ourselves than Europeans. Yeah, but they're trying to take it away. We saw the case yesterday. We talked about it. The police officer, the guy with a knife running at the cop. The cop shoots him, and they're fucking going after the cop for shooting a guy with a knife that was tased twice. Never, ever, ever give up your guns. That's right, Winston Smith. Never do it. Yep. Anthony will be the test case. We'll see. Does anyone know where Carmelo was? He must have been at school. It's a whole global thing, as they say. Yeah.
Involved, not clear what their injury was, but it appears to be something happened in the New Jersey Transit waiting area around track 6 is where I saw most of the commotion myself. And it appears to be something that resulted in, some kind of slashing or stabbing that led to the lacerations.
Meredith, sometimes if they don't have a suspect, they hold all the trains. Can you tell if New Jersey Transit service was on hold when you were
It looks
checking
like
it out?
I mean, it looked like, based on what I saw, the trains were going to get running soon. There were still a lot of people waiting. I didn't see any signs of the trains being stopped. So deductive reasoning would tell you that based on that, hopefully they have a suspect, but obviously nothing's been confirmed yet. And we haven't heard anything from officials.
This is not investment advice.
Last question, for the most part, there are there ambulances still there standing by? Are they leaving? How's that scene playing out right now before you?
Yeah. So right now, Amtrak police is handling the investigation, but there's still about 3 ambulances behind me. They're just waiting. And then there's a couple police cars left in the area. The scene has really winded down. When I went into the New Jersey Transit area, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, there were people waiting for their trains. There was still blood on the ground and a bit of a scene, but seems like things are kind of going back to normal in there. And
by normal, she means people pissing and shitting on the floor, and people running around naked, and people doing drugs, and people all fentanyled out and stuff. So normal
action in terms of people being carried into ambulances or anything really in the past 45 minutes or so.
All right, Meredith Gorman, thank you. You and the crew there, please be safe.
Yeah, normal. And we did have another $10 come in on PayPal from an anonymous donor. Thank you so much. So that means now we are just $36 away. We have about, it looks like we got about another half hour or so of show left if we don't hit the $36. But so we're going to keep going, see what happens. So right now we're 36 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. She needs to eat. Yeah, I would take her out to eat. It's our duty. Where's that? I agree. It's our duty to keep our republic. That's right. It's our republic if we can keep it. That's why we reload in my house. There you go. That's good. True, but there's America eventually will push us too far. Brits were way too sheepish. We still have that 1776 fire here. Well, that's why they're trying to bring in new people. They're trying to get rid of all the Americans and bring in non-Americans that don't, New York State has outlawed Glocks. Law takes effect November. They stash it in the budget bill. Yeah, whatever. I mean, these things have got to stop. Yeah. She says there's still blood on the ground so nonchalantly. Yeah, because it happens all the time. That's just a Tuesday. And here, in the midst of the Carmelo Anthony murder trial, this is Anthony Cumia, a good personal friend of mine. Take her to Culver's. I would take her to Five Guys. It's our duty to feed the hungry. That's right. It is. It is. Oh, wait. In the midst of the Carmelo Anthony trial, it just keeps happening. Another young white person executed by blacks. We need real solution to this epidemic. I don't know if this really would say that, but after that nonsense report, you find her attractive? So shallow. I said that I would. Looks like she needs to eat something. She needs food. I would help her with some food because it's as my duty as a Christian to help feed the hungry. Iran is getting everything they want, keeping their uranium straits closed. China, Black Fleet resuming the high oil prices as a treat. Yeah, I don't know. There aren't any Culvers in New York City yet. Well, Penn State senior fatally shot in the chest for his phone after the NBA Finals watch. This is that case of the kid that got shot over his phone.
Action News reporter Cheyenne Karen is live outside police headquarters with the latest on the investigation. Cheyenne?
Taronda, Billy's father says the 22-year-old was...
Okay, well, here, Ms. Hacker, just answer me this. Which reporter is better, the last reporter or this reporter? You tell me which one you would rather hear from. Yes. I'm a humanitarian. I would take her to dinner. That's what I said. This one, I don't know if I would take to dinner. I don't know if I could afford it.
Was a senior at Penn State University. The family actually lives in the South Philadelphia neighborhood, just yards away from where Billy was killed. Now, police are still looking for those suspects tonight. However, there are many cameras in the area that captured the shooting.
He was a really good person, to care about everybody and never hurt or bother the soul. Never hurt anyone. And for him to get shot like that is a travesty.
Billy Schmidt was walking home in South Philadelphia around 1:30 Saturday morning when he was shot and killed on the 1900 block of Durford Street. His father says he was returning from a local bar where he was watching the NBA Finals with his friends. In this video captured by nearby homes' cameras, you can see what led up to the shooting. It shows one of the men throwing a cell phone. A few seconds later, another man comes running around the corner with Billy chasing him. The gunman then turns around and shoots Billy in the chest. Billy's father says he's the one who found Billy's phone under a car and gave it to police.
I'm shocked when they stole his phone. He chased the kid. He's very low key. But
this is the father, and I don't know if you can tell the father sounds drunk. He's probably very upset. He's probably been drinking. It sounds South Philly is mafia. Those kids who killed him may not make it to next week. Do you think there's still mafia there? They still got the mafia there? Yeah, stole his phone. He chased them, shot dead. Damn, yeah. I don't know. The father's clearly consoling himself with some drinks, and I pray for him and his family that they can make it through this hard time, and that they will find justice for Billy.
Around and shoots Billy in the chest. Billy's father says he's the one who found Billy's phone under a car and gave it to police.
I'm shocked when they stole his phone. He chased the kid. He's very low key. But supposedly they told me when he got to the corner, another guy came out from that side and that they shot.
Today, neighbors started a small memorial where Billy was shot across the street from where he also lived.
The neighbors come together. That's really important. It really does take the words right out of your mouth, because there's nothing I can say to, when someone's hurt, you want to help them.
Neighbors also are playing a major role in the investigation.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be drunk too or inconsolable. I'm just saying I didn't want anyone to see like the way, that's the reason he's talking that way is because he's clearly upset and he's had a few drinks, which it's every right to do in this situation. Like, who wouldn't? Reminds me of my hometown in the 80s, feeling nostalgic. And Joe says, yes, there are still wise guys there. Yeah. I mean, Philly, that used to be Nicky Scarfo. Wasn't that Nicky Scarfo's territory? Who took over for Scarfo? His son? Delu says, I'm drunk now. Oh.
Providing police with surveillance video, such as this one that shows the moments before the shooting. Two men can be seen walking. One of them turns around and you can hear him speaking with Billy. Billy then follows the man. Then this video shows one of them ducking behind cars and the other running away.
I want to find the two people and make them pay.
And again, no suspects are in custody at this time. And although this does appear to be an attempted robbery, officials have not yet shared a known motive. We're live at police headquarters, Cheyenne Kren, for Action News at 10 on PHL 17.
Just a
Taronda.
tragic story. Okay, Cheyenne, thank you for your report.
Tragic story. Tragic story. Tragic story. It is. It is a tragic story. Oh, look at this. Chicago. A group of possible gang members fired a shot while robbing a man on the lakefront in Lincoln Park this afternoon. What do you know? Shots fired during lakefront robbery in Lincoln Park. Not sure. I just know Philly was bad in the 90s that Will Smith moved out. Oh, yeah, that's right. He went to stay with his auntie and uncle in Beverly Hills, right? Out in Bel Air. Oh, the Prince of Bel Air. That's right. Yeah, attempted. Quit drinking years ago. Probably would have started back though. Yeah. That looks like every street from every Philly movie ever. I heard about that. He's dead. Yeah. 5 people robbed a man on a lakefront, fired a shot at him during a mugging on Sunday. The victim was not injured. Group made off with his wallet and a phone. Incident may have been gang-related. You don't say. In Chicago, gang-related. Officers responded to call shots fired near Lakefront Fulton Avenue, but found no one in distress. 20 minutes later, a man flagged down a tow truck driver and asked him to call 911, said he'd been robbed. Kensington zombie cams in Philly are brutal. They are all look broken at the waist. 25-year-old victim told police he was approached by 5 unknown offenders who forcefully took his belongings. One of the offenders fired a shot towards the victim, though no one was struck. An officer at the scene said the victim had seen a group earlier at the beach and believed it to be Satan Disciples gang members. He described the group as Hispanic men between 18 and 24. One was wearing a yellow shirt. No arrests have been reported. Rest in peace, Stacey King. Will Smith's character was from North Philly. Big difference in South Philly. The wife and I are talking about retiring and moving up north. Kensington footage is ridiculous. No arrests reported. Satan's Disciples, SDs. The SDs. Yes. 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 Let me see here. I know I had another one, which was, oh, here. Oh, yeah, this is good here. And then for Pride Month, we could talk about this. Piers Baring says, of course they did. I'm so glad I left that shithole. The Victorian government gave a Disability Pride Award to a repeat child rapist. They gave a Disability Pride Award. The repeat child rapist, Cameron Bloomfield, was crowned as Victoria's Disability Pride Champion after a government department error. Oh, what do you know? You're a GD? You're a gangster disciple? Oh, cool. Wow. You know, Larry Hoover? Stacey King has 3 rings with the 91, 92, 93 Bulls. An awesome Bulls announcer. Wait, what? He wasn't that old. Maybe he should have stayed in Bel Air and never met his wife. Yeah. You're from Brooklyn, but you know a lot of folks from Philly. The demons have got to go. Yeah. Where are you now? Gold Coast. You live in Victoria. Yeah. Come back, Baring. Come back. 59 years young. Yeah. Yeah. Only 36 from another hour. Let's go. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days until some kids came trouble in the neighborhood. Got one little fight. Mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." Bum, bum, ba, oh, man. You thought you hated liberal boomers? You don't hate them nearly enough. A 69-year-old retired bureaucrat from Alexandria, Virginia, Susan F. Douglas, is suing to stop the planned UFC fight. Her argument, it would cause her an aesthetic injury. Yeah, we talked about this. A patriotic celebration featuring Americans enjoying themselves would allegedly cause Susan both emotional and physical pain. After spending more than 50 years working in D.C., Susan shares that she now devotes her retirement protesting the White House ballroom and construction of the Triumphant Arch. Check your Cash App. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. Oh.
Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communism is the very definition of failure.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Christine, for the $40 on Cash App. That means, folks, we are now just $96 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. Thank you so much, Christine. 96 away from a second hour. Greatly appreciated. And like, why is it that when the record comes out of what scumbags they are, the awards are always a clerical error? Yes, it is. If Jim's entertaining you, reward him. Well, reward yourself by more time and more entertainment. That's how it works. They changed the actress that played what's her name? Aunt Deb or Aunt Dev? No, what was her name? Aunt Liv? Something like that. I can't remember. Thank you so much, Christine. Thank you, Christine. Christine, not sure I can take another hour. Oh, sorry. I'm doing my best to entertain you. God forbid any young people in DC see the value in Brazilian jiu-jitsu as a means for protection. Yeah, maybe if they learn some Brazilian, Aunt Vivian, that's Vivian. I'm sorry. Yeah, Vivian. I knew it was something Viv. Yeah, Viv. That they would decide to maybe do something with jiu-jitsu instead of gun-jitsu. Yeah, unfortunately, China has fallen. Poor Sean lives in the land of failure. Yeah. Susan is a prolific donor to JimTellsYou. Liberal boomers spent decades running the country to the ground, shipping jobs overseas and opening the floodgates to third worlders. Now they're retired. They dedicate themselves to draining the joy out of life for all the other Americans. Well, there's this man doesn't appear to know his kids' names after a 4-month-old baby was flung from his vehicle at a high-speed chase. 28-year-old Tyrese Fletcher is accused of fleeing from police with children in the car after refusing to pull over for a traffic violation. He hit speeds exceeding 100. Arkansas State Police were unaware the children were in the car during the chase. After the car flipped, police raced to the vehicle to find a 4-month-old lying in the grass. They later found 3 other children in the car. Miraculously, the children, all under 6, only suffered minor injuries. Fletcher faces numerous charges. Now, I'm surprised they didn't charge the cops, because in New York, they would charge the cops with this, because they did it to a cop in New York. Yeah, they charged a cop. A New York State trooper has been charged with manslaughter for the same exact shit. Nothing's wrong with it. Need it.
Hey, watch those lines. They're touching the car. Get back. Get back. Is everybody awake? Yeah. Everybody's they're moving? Yeah. I don't know where my baby's at. I have your baby. She's okay. He okay? Come here, buddy. Hey, you better stay in the car right now. Stay in the car. Go to Trooper Harper, okay? Put your hand down. Stay inside the car. Do not come out. You're okay. Yeah, you're not going. You're good. No. You're not going to jail. Is Abby okay? Yes. Yes, she's fine. Your kid got a broken arm. You okay? Let me see. Does it hurt? Yeah, how old are you? Yeah. You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready anywhere?
Yeah, Father of the Year.
I don't know if I was talking to you. You weren't talking to me? You got warrant? No, hope not. I had a gun with one. You got one? Okay.
Here's a sticker.
Sure, I got
Here's a sticker.
What's your kid's name? Starting from the infant. The infant. You know the infant's name?
What kind of father doesn't know their fucking kids' names? Is this one in Arkansas? Yeah, this is in Arkansas, man. This is crazy. How do you not know your fucking kids' names? What is going on? Father of the Year is fucking right. How terrifying for these kids. Glad they're okay. Like, seriously, like, I do not like, child services or any of that shit, or, the state kids in the system get fucked over and abused and everything. But man, he is high. Yeah, but I mean, to not know your kids' names, man, that's crazy. To not know your kids' names is just crazy, crazy, crazy. How do you not know your kids' names? I mean, how is that possible to not know your kids' names? I mean, just think about that. Think about that for a second. I mean, really.
Do you know the infant's name? We call the people. I'm trying to think her actual first name. Queen. The oldest name, the youngest is similar to, but it's not. Okay, we'll worry about it. We'll get in contact with the mom where she remembers her kid's name.
Hey, so I'm beyond feeling sorry now. I'm at the off stage. Okay, so it's not beat on the window no more. Medics will come check on you in a minute. All the kids are fine. Oh, okay. We'll talk about everything else going on here in just a little bit. For right now, we'll turn the AC on so you're not cooking. You sit back here and hang out, okay?
Maybe they should have let him cook just a little bit, maybe. You know, to be fair, each kid could have a different father. Sure, some people need an exemption from cruel and unusual punishment. So I'm saying I might not have put the air on right away for him. I'd have let him sit in there a little bit, sweat, as they say. He doesn't love them, so no names. I don't know. He said, we call it this. I don't know what her birth name is and something like that. I wasn't there. I wasn't there when she was born. You and me both, Christine. I keep nodding off. It's because he doesn't. That's because he knows them as EIC deduction 1 and 2. Turn the heat on. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Am I mean? Am I a jerk?
Hey, so I'm beyond feeling sorry now. I'm at the off stage. Okay, so it's not beat on the window no more. Medics will come check on you in a minute. All the kids are fine. Oh, okay. We'll talk about everything else going on here in just a little bit. For right now, we'll turn the AC on so you're not cooking. You sit back here and hang out, okay? The medic is going to come check on you just a second. I've already looked at you. The medic's going to come check on you just a second. We'll go from there, okay?
Wow. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Wow. 14 shot, 1 killed overnight in the latest Chicago bloodbath. The youngest victim was only 12 years old, in addition to a mass shooting of 4 boys, 12, 2 13-year-olds, and a 14-year-old. Wow. Tickle that like and hit the repost. Yeah, that's right. If you're new here and you haven't already, please think about hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. I pretty much do a news show similar to this every night. Okay. During the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern time, following Robert Gavea's show. And then on Thursdays, I do a show at like 10:30 on Good Logic's channel, Good Logic Joe on his channel. And I also do a show on a channel called BTM Reviews on Thursday night called Theory Thursday, where we talk about crazy conspiracy theories and stuff. Then on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, the show's a little later in the evening. It's anywhere from 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whenever I can get the show rounded up and together. But I greatly appreciate all the support, and all the likes and the subscribes and all the, hitting the like button, subscribing and all that good stuff. 7 p.m. I need to join you. Yeah, 7 p.m. Clue Battery every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I know who you are too, Clue Battery. I know your real name. I think I know who you are. Dunn did. That's right. He done did it. Body cam should stop working for about 5 minutes. Yeah, something, right? Look at this, man. Chicago is a total war zone ruled by DemonRats.
One teenager is in critical condition. 2 others are injured after a shooting on South Federal Street. Police officers found 2 women ages 18 and 19 shot. They were taken to a hospital where the 18-year-old is now listed in critical condition. A man was also shot, but he's expected to be okay. No word on the circumstances of this shooting. Also out of Bronzeville, 4 teens were shot on South Prairie Avenue. Police say someone shot at the group. 2 13-year-old boys, a 12-year-old boy, and a 14-year-old boy were all taken to the hospital. The 14-year-old is in fair condition this morning. The other 3 are expected to be okay. No arrests have been made.
Of course, no arrests
An
have been made.
18-year-old man is found dead in Chicago's Chatham neighborhood. Police say they found him lying on the ground on South Rhodes Avenue at about 1:34 this morning. They say he had a gunshot wound to the head. No other information has been released.
Wow. That's Chicago.
One teenager is in critical.
That's Chicago. That's a slow weekend, actually, for Chicago. That was probably just a Saturday night. Total lawlessness there. And this is the mayor. Look at him like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. That's the mayor. He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. Mhm. Yeah. California voter fraud sparks all-out war as state blocks federal demand. What are they afraid of? Look at them. What are they afraid of? California is blocking a federal audit of its voter rolls as the Trump administration ramps up criticism of the local elections fraud that keeps happening everywhere. Top prosecutor Bill Asaley said Sunday that his office wants to scrutinize the state's electoral system as eyebrows have been raised over the sudden surge in late votes for DemonRat candidates. California allows first-time voters to register using forms of IDs that most Americans would find surprising. He wrote, listing examples: health club membership cards, employee IDs, credit and debit cards, prescription drug labels. Yeah, you can use whatever. California, you don't anything. You just write on a piece of paper. Your name is Joe Shoe, whatever. And he noted these forms are permitted under California regulations in limited circumstances when a voter does not provide a DL number or social security number. Our office believes this policy deserves a closer look. If California genuinely wants voters to trust its elections, it should open its records, not fight to keep them closed. What are they afraid of? Asaley also raised concerns about California voter rolls, questioning whether the state is adequately removing deceased voters, people who have moved, and individuals convicted of disqualifying felonies. On top of that, California allows third parties to collect and turn in ballots on behalf of voters, a practice known as ballot harvesting. This makes it difficult to track who actually received, completed, and submitted a ballot. Yeah, that should be completely federally illegal, ballot harvesting. The federal government has been seeking access to California's voter registration list for more than a year as part of the state's compliance with federal election laws. They only care about results, not trust. That's right. IDs without any photo. Yeah. Asaley's post was shared with a copy of the August 2025 letter from the DOJ Civil Rights Division to California Secretary of State Shirley Weber. Ugh. To evaluate compliance with the National Voter Registration Act and the HAVA, Help America Voter Act. The letter argued the federal law grants the Attorney General authority to obtain election records and conduct an independent review of voter systems. California cannot limit the Justice Department's access to mere inspection of requested voter registration records. The Department of Justice is entitled to a full and complete copy of those records in the form in which California maintains them. Federal officials further requested copies of all voter registration applications submitted between December 1st, 2023 and July 1st, 2025, and argued that the federal election law preempts state privacy restrictions that California has cited to refuse to provide the records. Asaley says the dispute is now before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Like, this shit shouldn't be taking this long. The fact that they slow walk this, but they allow all this other crap to go forward is crazy. 3 of those IDs can readily be obtained by illegals. They provide health insurance to illegals. Yes, they do, especially in California. So, yeah. So, hey, look at, so we've been going 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I need to go over to YouTube right now. Love Robert. Hey, Jim, will you add links, description onto the other shows you participate in, please? In the description of the video or on my channel? I guess I could put it on my channel and say I'll be on this show at 10:30 or something, and on Dave's on BTM Reviews on Thursdays. I guess I could put it in my show description. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Here's the hitch, though. It's my understanding that states conduct their elections any way they want, so long as it's a local election, which the primary is. Yeah, but the registration of the elections is for the federal elections. So that's something that they pass federal statutes. Congress can pass statutes saying how the elections happen. So yeah, when it comes to a federal election. So I think that's how it is. Yeah. Yeah, here's Good Logic. This is Good Logic with Joe. It happens on Thursdays at about 10:30, and then on Thursdays at 7 o'clock Eastern, I'm on a channel called BTM Reviews. BTM, Bourbon, Technology, and Media Reviews, or Music or something. BTM Reviews. We do conspiracy theories and stuff. So I think it's right for the state attorney general, if it's a Democrat or Republican, to push back on the federal administration to, attack elections. That's what Paul Mitchell says. Yeah, after he was fixing hair. Something like, oh, look at all these people. Which one is the one with Liam? Oh, that's FFS. That's Cynic's channel, FFS. FFS cast. And I'm on there, occasionally. It's never, I'm on that show randomly whenever Cynic sends me a link, or if I'm not doing anything, I'll just pop on. But I'm not like I guess I am a regular guest on Sundays. But other than that, and this is BTM Reviews. Conspiracy theorists like to conflate that everybody in California, that non-citizens can get a driver's license, but there's a different driver's license for a non-citizen than a citizen. Here's my latest short. Watch it after the stream. Oh, okay. Definitely. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, guys, check out Jay Lieb. He's got a good channel. He's doing a lot of stuff. Federal elections include Senate and Congress. Yeah, and president. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, Lieby's got a good channel. He's doing lots of shorts that are really cool. So yeah, I forgot. I got to do this real quick. I have to update the goal on YouTube for another hour. That we are $96 away. So I'll start another goal for $25 super chats for 1 hour. Oh. Pop this in here and say for every $100 in total donations that comes in across all platforms, including memberships to the show, super chats, and everything, it will be extended by 1 hour. We are currently $96 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. Yeah. He said provisional ballots serve as a safeguard when questions arise about a voter registration or eligibility. You would be committing a crime. Yeah, if they actually prosecute it, but they don't. That's the whole thing. They just go, well, the people that's committing a crime if they lie. Yeah, criminals lie. Claimed to have reignited debate over election fraud in California. Of course. Republican candidates often perform better in their early returns because their supporters tend to return ballots sooner. Wow. No evidence. I think if you look at the demographics of the county, you have to look at registered voter statistics. Democrat registration rate is significantly higher than Republican. Yeah, but not that much higher. Like that, you're going to get not only 1/3. A majority of LA County voters turn in their ballots at the drop boxes. Yeah, we've seen pictures of them stuffing the drop box where they're overloaded. They're stuffing them in the drop box. Stuffing them in. Stuffing them in. We got this story. This is crazy right here. Terrifying arsenal of rockets that a Navy sailor tried to buy for a mass murder of Special Forces operatives. This is crazy. Did we talk about the California update on YouTube? That you can use a happy face and signature. It's just full on. That's just full on moron. Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk about it, but I saw it. That as long as they have a witness that can sign it, but I saw the witness signature just look like a squiggly line. So how do you know who the witness is? I mean, who is this? Who is this soldier? That's like a boot camp photo right there. Which he's got a National Defense Service ribbon. How did he get that? I mean, I got one of those, but how did he get one? Terrifying arsenal of rockets ex-Navy sailor tried to buy for mass murder of Special Forces. It's completely absurd. It is. A California ex-Navy sailor was among 3 alleged homegrown ISIS terrorists arrested after federal investigators uncovered what prosecutors say was a plot to fund the terror group and help carry out an attack on U.S. Special Forces troops using drones, grenades, and RPGs, rocket-propelled grenades. Bareen Dazai. Oh, wow, look at these names. Elias Shemisadian and Bassam Ghafour were taken into custody Friday. Wow, these names sound very American, don't they? Bareen Dazai, Elias Shmeshalidian, and Bassam Ghafour. Barine Dezane of Lakeside near San Diego. Very suspect. According to the complaint filed in federal court in Kansas, the three men spent more than a year communicating about extremist plans, including discussions about leading the United States to join ISIS. Durkian to me. Yeah. Federal prosecutors allege the trio pledged allegiance to ISIS. They sound Welsh to you? Well, I could be wrong. They sought to provide material support to terrorist organizations to kill Americans. The complaint alleges the group discussed acquiring weapons, including drones, grenades, and RPGs for use against special forces operators. Come on, my surname is not American sounding either. Yeah, but Joe, I'm sure your surname is one I can pronounce. You know, could be Welsh, fair. Yeah, it could be. Bunch of deodorant phobes. It could be B-hops. Definitely could be. I definitely, Joe, I would guarantee I could pronounce your surname. 100% I can pronounce it. Boot camp stops 5 times a day for prayers? Probably. That's what it seems like to me. Wow, I wish I had this. Where is this? I want to see the news coverage. I want to see the news coverage of this, the actual news coverage. Prosecutors say Garfour claimed he had wanted to kill a female soldier by beheading and added he wished he can kill 300 million Americans. I bet you can't. It's French. Well, parlez-vous français, my friend? Those are Amish names. Parlez-vous français? Oui. Adieu. The investigation began after a confidential human source working with the FBI encountered the group in an online forum. Prosecutors say the men believe the source was an active ISIS member. Investigators say the men also discussed acquiring RPGs, commonly known, or rocket-propelled grenades, commonly known as RPGs. They can break all the normal mud slime rules when they're infiltrating something. It's called takia. Yeah, that's right. And it's not the maybe Lichtensteiners. Yes, maybe. Yes, takia. And it's not those tasty taquias that they sell at the taco trucks. This is the ones where they lie to you so they can kill you. Oui, Mansour, this Puerto Rican has one of those fancy fartsy names. His name is Joe Croissant. Croissant. Mon ami. Tried to kill what Republicans call Americans or what Democrats call as such. Yes. Yeah, the DemonRats set up a GoFundMe for them yet? Probably. Yeah. Probably. One of the RPGs displayed Arabic writing that prosecutors translated to Bassam Shazid Ghafour. According to the complaint, Ghafour had previously told source that it would be sick if his name was written on a drone. Dazadi allegedly suggested the image would make a good social media post for Ghafour. Croissant. I want to find this fucking news story. Okay. Around September 1st, 2025, Ghafour told the source that he planned to get a job so that he can make money to purchase an AK-47 and ammunition to start training for fighting for ISIS. And investigators say they also detailed comments made by Sham Saldin during Sham Saldin, Sim Salabim, with the group. The prophet said, by him whose hands, whose life has men to kill them all. And like they said, according to documents, Shim Salabim told the others and his mother that he had encouraged her children to grow up to kill Americans. His mother had encouraged her children to grow up and kill Americans. Where's his mother? Is his mother in America? If his mother is in America, they need to get her the fuck out of America immediately. This would be grounds, in my opinion, to denaturalize them and boot them the fuck out of here. The complaint further alleges that JimTellsYou said he played violent video games and fantasized that killings were depicted part of the real world. JimTellsYou allegedly pledged allegiance to the leader of ISIS in a message shared with a confidential source. Gafour and Daisy discussed sending funds through crypto, according to a complaint. Gafour, who allegedly used the online name Prince, was handed cash to an undercover FBI employee during a meeting in Kansas City Mosque. Are you here, Habibi? We cannot hear you. I may go well and tell you that we could help with crypto and even send money if you need. Habibi. This is why families must go home together. Yes, definitely. One of the envelopes containing cash was addressed to another mosque in New Jersey. So it's almost like these mosques are places where all this shit happens. And maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't be allowing them to build them everywhere. When I was in basic, my drill sergeant called me Alphabet because he was not going to say that clusterfuck name. It took all my power not to laugh. The religion of peace strikes again. Yes. Gitmo needs to increase holding abilities. Yes, it does. JimTellsYou allegedly sent $1,590 to support ISIS and later thanked the source for the opportunity to contribute the money to the group. Arrest stunned a resident in Daisy's quiet lakeside neighborhood. JimTellsYou. Pentagon officials confirmed Daisy served in the Navy in 2023 and separated in 2024. Neighbors and a former classmate shared photos of him. Several residents, including veterans. So was he only in the Navy for 1 year? Did he get kicked out? Sounds like he got kicked out. Because ain't no naval service that's only 2 years. It's like 4 years or 6 years. Most of it's 6 years in the Navy. Several residents, including veterans and military family members, said the allegations were difficult to reconcile with their understanding of his background. Oh, his parents raised him to kill Americans. It seems like he was like it was a white van that pulled up and tactical guys jumped out and surrounded the house. Very odd in this neighborhood. So neighbors started coming out. Another resident said the sight of federal agents descending on a neighborhood was alarming. You see terrorist task force and alarms go up. You can re-sign for 3 years. Yeah, but for initial like sign up, it's usually 4 or 6. I need to shut down for tonight. Thank you. Well, thank you, Brenda. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow, Brenda, at 7 p.m. Eastern time. One of my drill sergeant's names was Burmese. We never used it. Yes. Good night, Brenda. Wow. Wow. So Lakeside man and 2 others arrested. Let's see.
A Lakeside man is in federal custody after investigators tied him to several violent plans involving ISIS.
So he's accused of working with 2 other men, one from Kansas, the other from Northern California, to pay the terrorist organization to support an attack on U.S. service members. NBC 7's Dana Williams joins us now from the suspect's home with the latest. Dana?
Yeah, 25-year-old Bareen Dezai was arrested in the Lakeside home that you see behind me. Neighbors say this is the Dezai family home, and it's on what's a typically quiet cul-de-sac, though this morning at around 6 a.m., they say it was an entirely different story.
We looked out. It seemed to be like there was a white van that pulled up, and tactical guys jumped out. They surrounded the house. It was very odd in this neighborhood. So the neighbors started coming out. We didn't approach anybody, but we were watching.
FBI San Diego confirms they conducted, quote, court-authorized law enforcement activity here this morning. Neighbors say they spent hours going through the home, the garage, and talking with Dezai's parents.
You see terrorist task force, and your alarms go up. I actually walked over to the FBI agent, and I asked him, is that house going to blow up? Should the neighborhood be concerned? And he assured me no.
we're arresting someone's all the data we got.
When we arrived, we saw investigators wrapping up and at least one in gloves carrying a large brown paper bag. According to a complaint filed in Kansas on this case, DeZae and two other men, 21-year-olds, one from Northern California and the other from Kansas, had been chatting with each other for more than a year on various platforms. They shared several plans to support ISIS, a designated foreign terrorist organization. They pledged their allegiance, and they collectively gave more than $2,000 to somebody who they thought was an ISIS member to buy weapons to aid in an attack on American service members overseas. That alleged ICE member, though, was an informant, eventually leading law enforcement to DeZae's home here in Lakeside. Neighbors say the DeZae family has lived here for years, but the son, Bareen, wasn't social. We found these photos on a family member's public social media page. Multiple neighbors, including one of his former classmates, confirmed to NBC7 that these are photos of Bareen. One of them appears to show him wearing a Navy sailor's uniform. Many neighbors also told NBC7 he had served in the military, making the nature of his arrest particularly difficult for the handful of veteran and military families living in close proximity.
And we fly American flags all around this neighborhood. And to believe that you're here to now cause trouble, be influenced to cause trouble, because you can't stand up for yourself. That's terrible. So, we'll see how things play out for him.
Okay.
We caught Bareen's dad coming and going a few times today in the driveway. He says that he didn't have anything to share with us. And FBI Director Kash Patel has posted a statement about this overall investigation on social media in which he applauded investigators for their work. But for now, live.
Oh, hey,
from
what's up, Brian?
Lakeside,
Nice to see you.
Continue to sort of watch this develop, especially early next week. I'm Dana
I
Williams.
can't play that
NBC7.
video because it's
Dana, thanks very much.
copyrighted material. So yeah, so that's that. That's what's going on there. And then we got this. Look at this. It says, I don't think he actually wanted to stop Israel just like he did in Lebanon and Qatar back in September. It's just words. It's a good cop, bad cop routine with Bibi. I understand that if you zoom in on what's happening in Iran, it looks like Trump isn't doing a good job. But when you step back and look at the big picture, you start seeing real shifts and restructuring of the entire scene. Why is the big picture important? Because unfortunately, a free Iran and return of the Pahlavis have very few friends. Almost all the major powers of the world, including the DemonRats in the U.S. itself, benefit from the Shia regime staying in power. China, Russia, Europe, especially Britain, and above all, the Arab states, particularly Saudi Arabia, are all actively working against us. In my view, liberating Iran without cutting off the regime's external lifelines is simply impossible. And this process takes time. Right now, Trump is giving the regime enough rope to hang itself. Beyond that, you'll always have to remember that Trump has access to a level of intelligence that no one else does. That's right. He's so smart. There's a very good chance a lot is happening behind the scenes, and we don't understand until the last minute. From simply observing the regime, I can tell you with certainty that its collapse has accelerated since the 12-day war, and the signs are clear. If I can see it, Trump can definitely see it too. I know Trump isn't popular, but this isn't a popularity contest. Well, I don't think Trump is not as Trump is popular with the people that voted for him. How's that? The regime is like a cancer. You can't defeat it by force alone, especially since Trump doesn't want to destroy Iran in the process. He's trying to keep control over the consequences of the regime's collapse. One thing I always keep my eyes on is Prince Reza Pahlavi. I'm a soldier of the Shah. As long as the prince is calm, I remain confident. This war was never supposed to be easy. It isn't easy. It will have ups and downs, and we need to be patient and strong. I personally won't lose hope on Trump until the military buildup by Iran is in place. These are just talks. He's trying to force the regime to behave. Let's hope he succeeds. Wow. So this who is this person? Idratana. Oh, so she's a soldier of the Shah. Get some. So we'll have to see what happens there. We got this. Check this out. Bill Maher says that the artists, the regime needs el mano de ferro. Yes. And we can't expect them to keep their word to us. They can't. They chant that to America. Yes, they do all the time. Bill Maher says the artist quitting the 250th anniversary concert makes it look like Democrats don't love America. Hey, here's the thing, Bill. You know why it looks like Democrats don't love America? Because they don't love America. Bill Maher ripped into the musicians who dropped out of the 250th anniversary concert series, arguing it makes it look like Democrats don't love America. Has any of you ever thought that the intelligence Trump is given is sorted and can be presented to him to solicit what others want as a decision? It happens more than you know. Did I mess that up? Typical Kevin translating hand of iron to hand of fire. Oh, it's fine, Kevin. You're good, Kevin. Don't worry about it. Bill, they don't love America. That's right. Do we have any idea how Tina Peters is doing or Derek Chauvin? I haven't heard anything about Derek Chauvin lately. As far as I know, Tina Peters is fine. She's with her family, resting. She's going to speak when she's ready. I don't know why my South American kindred love fascism so much. I don't know either, but they do. Kevin Sprague? Or is it Kevin's Prague? Yes, they manipulate the president. Yes, they do. The backlash came after several performers, including Martina McBride, Bret Michaels, the Commodores, Morris Day, CC and the Music Factory, Young MC, and the rest, pulled out of the Great American State Fair festivities in Washington, claiming they were misled about the event. They all pulled out, Maher said during his episode of Real Time with Bill Maher. This is a question about what looks best for the Democrats, because I don't think it looks good. If you want to radically change someone you do not fundamentally love, that you someone. Yes. There you go. It looks like there's just people say, they really don't love America. It looks like they think Trump is more important than the country itself. Hating Trump. Yeah. Maher argued the performers made a mistake by abandoning the event celebrating America's 250th birthday and said their exit only turned it into a full-blown MAGA rally. And now it's just a big MAGA rally, this whole thing. Now it's Trump and Lee Greenwood. Wouldn't you rather play this gig? Can't we all just celebrate America itself and leave Trump out of it? We don't want singers with no talent, but big fees to put you to sleep. Who told them to stay home? All we want is you, me, a few speakers, and the great music ever played, the greatest, same musician you've listened to for years. Yes, the Democrats only love America when they're in control. Yeah, well, they don't love America. They love their control. Trump said country singer Lee Greenwood will introduce him with a performance of God Bless America. Yeah, country singer Martina McBride pulled out. Well, she should have trouble getting anybody. Yeah, singer, rock star Bret Michaels said the same thing. I'm not going to do this. The president touted tenor Christopher Macchio, who slated to perform Nessun Dorma, Hallelujah, Ave Maria, and God Bless America. Not since the legendary Luciano Pavarotti has there been such a voice. Trump added that the U.S. Army Band, Armed Forces Choir, U.S. Marine Band, and Joint Armed Forces Chorus will perform all your favorite hits. No, but they really show fake love. No, they do. Freedom 250, created by a Trump executive order to help commemorate America's 250th birthday, previously announced Vanilla Ice, Flo Rida, and Milli Vanilli's Fab Marvan among its original lineup. The free concert series is state to take over the National Mall from June 25th to July 10th. Get Kid Rock. Yeah, whatever. No, I wouldn't let anyone back in that dropped out. I don't trust they would pull some crap when they had the mic. This is so ridiculous. Oh, yeah, Pinochet threw communists out of a helicopter. Listen, on this channel, we support giving free rides to communists to go home. They can be taken by helicopter, they can be taken by plane, they can be taken by ship, however they prefer, as long as they go. It's like someone saying, I love you, then beating the shit out of you. Yes. I know the only impressive thing about Duo Rats is that DemonRats is that they're full and total communists. Commitment to TDS and stupidity. They're communists. Yes. We at this channel support Pinochet's helicopter tours. I have caught Bret Michaels lip syncing a few times. He's afraid that people won't like him because he's not as good as he was 40 years ago. Yeah, well, shit happens. I support veterans' pensions also. Yes. I'm a veteran, right? Yes, I'm a veteran. I support veterans' pensions. I support free rides. Free rides. Come on and take a free ride. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The mountain is high. The weather is right. The helicopter ride to take it tonight. Free ride. Is that Foghat? I think that's Foghat, right? Or that's Slow Ride is Foghat. Come on and take a free ride. Is that America? Free ride? So who pays for the fuel? We'll pay for it. You know, the American government will pay for it. For fuel. We have plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel. I'd like to see the Lieutenant Dan Band perform. It would be nice. It could be worse. Vince Neil. Oof. Yeah. Foghat. Is that Edgar Winter Group? Is Free Ride Edgar Winter Group? It probably is, isn't it? Slow Ride is Foghat. Slow Ride. Bon, take it easy. Hey, what about Sergeant Schiller from Afghanistan? He was disarmed, discharged for speaking out about the ridiculous pullout, right? Yeah. Edgar Winter. Yeah, Edgar Winter Group is Free Ride. Take me by my side. Come on and take a free ride. Yeah, Edgar Winter Group. Yeah, it is. Edgar Winter Group. He's that bleach blonde, like albino guy. You heard Rush's drummer died? Yeah, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. Neil Peart died like 4 or 5 years ago. There's got to be some bands you can get, though. You don't need all this stuff. Bill Maher slams artists for pulling out at a Freedom Fest. Yeah.
Talking about collagen.
Is possible.
Seriously? They all pulled out. It's a question about what looks best for the DemonRats. That's right. They all pulled out. Let's see. Is this the same ad, really? So the comments came after several performers, Bettina McBride, Brett Michaels, the Commodores, Morris Day. Morris Day pulled out? What an idiot. Young MC pulled out. Trump responded to the evolving lineup, defending the direction event. We don't want singers with no talent, but big fees to put you to sleep. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with this. It's going to have to be something's going to have to give. Something's going to have to give. Yeah. We got a little thing here. Got a little thing here from JD Vance.
So to everybody in the UK who rejects that idea, I'd encourage them to just keep on going. It's okay to want to defend your culture. It's okay to want to live in a safe neighborhood. It's okay to want your job to go to yourself and your neighbors and not to a stranger who you don't even know. It is reasonable for the people in Western societies to want to control who comes into their country and who doesn't.
That's right. Yeah, they said Frankenstein, Edgar Winter Group, but I think they did Free Ride also. I think so. I don't know. Let me see. Yep, Edgar Winter, 1973. They only come out at night was this the thing. That's Frankenstein. It's an instrumental song. It's very instrumental. It's a very instrumental song. Oh yeah, here it is. I had something here. I wanted to pull up bookmarks. Flashback. Check this out. Flashback 2010. Weeks after Election Day, Kamala Harris won California's Attorney General race by less than 1% after a surge in mail-in ballots from Los Angeles County erased her opponent's lead. This is crazy, right?
4 weeks after the November 2nd election, California finally has declared a winner in the Attorney General race. Harris finished so close to her Republican opponent that it took a month to finish counting every.
Yeah, it's so close because they just kept counting until she pulled ahead. So that's what they're saying. Like it took us a month to get the votes. Edgar is Johnny Winter's little brother. Yeah. London has fallen. No, it really has. Young MC wanted headliner money at the casino I worked at. They came to ask me if he was famous enough for the money he wanted. Insane. Yeah. There has to be some conservative bands that will perform. Maybe. I don't know. You think Hassan Piker's money alone could fund the fuel? It could be. Was $1 Million Weekend on that album as well? I don't know. Let's see what's on the album. Let's see what's on that album. No, it's Hanging Around When It Comes, Free Ride, Undercover Man, Altamira, Round and Round, Rock and Roll Boogie Woogie Blues. Rock and Roll Boogie Woogie Blues. That had Ronnie Montrose on that too. That's Autumn. We all had a good time. And Frankenstein. This is crazy, right? So they just kept voting, kept counting until Kamala won.
Finished so close to her Republican opponent that it took a month to finish counting every vote. She won by less than 1 percentage point. 4 weeks after.
Yeah. Cooley beats Harris to win attorney general race. She wasn't ready to concede Tuesday, noting she was trending upward as the polls came in. Yeah, so he won, and it took him a month until they got enough votes to basically till they stuffed the ballot box for a month for her to win the attorney general. That's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Oh, it's this court watchers. Denisha. Hey, Denisha Riddle, how you doing? It's Riddle. Yeah, I know you aren't performing for the president. You are celebrating America's birthday. That's right. That's what's crazy. I can't believe these people. I don't get it. Especially a country music star is going to refuse. That's how it goes. That is. That's how it goes. That's how she goes. That's the way she goes, as they say. That's the way she goes. Even Bill Maher admits California completely effed up. In 39 days, we'll know who the winner is. Oh, no, that's the mayor. What's effed up is the state. Eric Swalwell got 19,000 votes. Who are these people? Yeah. It's crazy. Who are these people? Look at the mail-in ballots coming by donkey. So that, so this. Where's the money? Check this out. Yeah, Rishi Shah and Chandrala Agarwal were sentenced to 7.5 years for $1 billion. Outcome healthcare scam. That says ridiculous. It does, right? John Rich is coming to upstate New York to help combat all these solar panels taking out the productive farms. Stuart Scheller. Okay, let me see what that is. And I got that song stuck in my head. I'm going to have to listen to it later. What is this? What are you sharing this for? Oh, this is the guy that got kicked out. Did they bring him back? I think they brought him back. Okay. Yeah, I'll pull this up. Okay. I'll pull this up in a second. They stole $1 billion from American healthcare investors. Yeah. It's roughly annual per person spending for 64,000 Americans. Some portions were later released back to them by a court order. Now, a judge ordered that the millions of what the government did freeze be given back to them. Yeah. Prosecutors froze tens of millions of dollars across both holdings and startups. A judge ordered them to give the money back. Often for legal fees because they were deemed untainted. Approximately $70 million was paid by Outcome Health to resolve client-related fraud claims. The fucking judge ordered them to give the fraudsters the money back. Can you believe it? You fucking believe it? Yeah, his name is Billy Schmidt. He was killed for his phone by a youth in the hood in Philly. Oh, this is crazy. This is going on. This happens way more than people admit. Videos of customers ditching nail shops without paying are everywhere online. It's been going on. I've been going to Vietnamese salons for years and never saw it until today. I'm shocked. Many Vietnamese come here flat broke, started businesses. I don't. These lazy, entitled people think they can just walk out without paying. Watch the video. 2 women claim they left their debit card in the car. Then they say they have cash before tearing it up and flushing it down the toilet because it was counterfeit. Cops show up, cuff them both. This is good.
You're not gonna do me like that. Y'all trying to leave without paying her. Who's telling them no? Y'all trying to leave without paying her. Who's telling you no? They really nice people. Y'all trying to leave without paying her. Yeah, I'm trying to get my pay. Okay. No, I don't want your service no more. You just got all your stuff done. You trying to walk out. What done? What done? No. What done? Come on now. What done? This for her. What's done? What's done? I was in the field. What's done? I felt the energy when you was first over there, though. Y'all give that energy. Y'all give that energy. I already felt it. This for her purposes. This for her purposes. This for her purposes. Okay, I don't want your service. Okay, so take my nail polish off. No, I don't want your service. You gotta cut the nails off too. I don't want your service. That's crazy. They trying to do my homegirl.
Yeah, so they're trying, okay, take the nails off. We don't want it. Just give it. See these people. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
They trying to do my, it's okay, I got it. They trying to do my, you trying to do her though. They really nice people. Nobody's telling her no about paying. You are, you finna run out. We know this. I'm from here, baby. I'm from here. I'm not a broke ass bitch like that. You giving that vibe and you acting like you broke. You giving that vibe because who don't want to pay for their services? Because y'all niggas be weird as fuck.
A minute. I'll play it in a minute.
Who's the nigga in here?
Uh-oh.
I only see one black person in here. You know your beef is not with me. Your beef is with your bank.
Thank you, my friend.
Your beef is not with me. You gotta pay these people. You gotta pay these people, man. You gotta pay these people, bro.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm going to talk to Joe about this and maybe some other lawyers and find out. I don't know about locking them in like that. I don't know if that's, none of these bitches are Chuck Dixon. That's right. I don't know if you can do that, lock them in like that, if that's kidnapping, false imprisonment. I don't know. I mean, if they're trying to run out and steal, call the cops and say you're going to keep them there. Their ancestors fought us to a draw. They talk. This is the last time. Get them nails done. Yeah.
Now y'all holding up my service. That's crazy. No, you holding up my service because you trying to run a scam. You trying to run up out of here without paying for your nails. I'm weird, but y'all both trying to walk out the door at the same time, talking about y'all both going to the car. No, because I felt it from over there. Come on now. Okay. This shit happen on a daily basis. They put the signs up for a reason because they got tired of people trying to do them. The signs is posted in both areas. I've been coming here. I don't have no problem with it. If she told me to pay first, I'd be like, okay, because it's posted on the sign. It's not like she didn't say it. I did.
This is an old video? Okay, this came up today, so that's the first time I've seen it. There's another one below it that I was going to watch too.
I don't need a cookie. I don't need a cookie. I got money for my services. I got money for my services. I got money for my services. You trying to do my homegirl wrong.
Yeah. They got a spider hole. They're going to jump out with
games. Playing fucking reindeer games. I told you was going to jail.
Oh, they're going to jail.
Dumb shit.
Spider hole. Yep, spider hole. I was in the Mekong Delta when you were still sucking on your mama's titties. Yeah, the ladies in the shop are them girls. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, wow. Done it, don't you, John? Thank you. Shopkeeper privilege lets you detain. Okay. You've seen it? Okay.
Fake money.
Fake money.
I got a fucking heart. That's relax. That's uncomfortable. I had a roomie. Look. Fucking weirdo. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It's really fucking ridiculous.
Hey,
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
They probably got right out too. Here's another one. Indian woman with what looks like a Ferragamo purse and Chloe shoes refuses to pay a Vietnamese nail salon for services. She tells them, "This is not your planet. You have an inner deal with India to smuggle things to Vietnam." Then he then responds, "I don't know what you're saying. I'm an American citizen." She continues the conversation, trying to find out what his ethnicity is before walking out without paying. Well, this is crazy.
To the chair, so
Okay.
we need to charge you because you got a service done.
Okay.
I'm not sure what reason you feel entitled to not be charged. You can explain that right now if you want.
No, sure, I can. The thing is, you're on planets right now, and this is not your planets.
Okay.
So what are you Chinese or Asian people doing here? This is
Chinese
Chicago.
people aren't part of the planet.
I don't know.
Is that
Didn't
what
I
you're-
get you
is
guys
that what
there?
you're saying?
Did I get you guys there?
No, I'm asking.
No,
Is that
but
what you just said?
did I get you guys there?
Say again?
How did
Edie
you guys
Mao.
get there?
I
Did you guys
kakatao
go
VC.
to India?
I kakatao
Did you smuggle
VC.
things from there and put it in Vietnam
I'm
and
not
say
sure
that
what
you
you're
have
saying
clothes
because I'm
and
an
then you
American
pretend to do
citizen,
nails
ma'am.
here? I'm sorry, what?
I'm not sure what you're saying because I'm an American citizen, so I have no knowledge of that.
No, I understand, but I went over there to get that knowledge.
Okay, that's fine. So then you can report that to the government or the officials authorities. But here we are a business. We give you a service. And so we're going to have to charge you for the service.
I understand it. You're going to charge me, but you're not understanding. Like, I am from India.
Okay.
Then you cannot charge me.
Yeah,
I'm from India. You cannot charge me.
No, but the planet is India's.
Okay, that's fine. So even
Planet
if
is
of those
India's.
businesses, if you give a
What?
service,
I
right?
just take the money.
Yeah.
Adjourn it from the mall.
You like really think like you're very smart now all of a sudden.
Okay.
If I wasn't sitting at other meetings, I would have fought you harder. But the thing is,
Okay.
I'm like tired of it.
Yeah, no
You get
problem.
both.
We'll charge you right now. And
You get
we'll,
both,
let you have
Denise.
your
You get both,
rest of your day
Denise.
to yourself, okay?
You get privilege and reparations.
No. So
So
you
what do you
can,
mean, do to yourself?
no, you can do whatever you want. I mean, this is a business. We just want to be done. We're going to charge you, and then you go on
What
about
do you
your
guys do
business.
in China though? Like, do you guys work on it, or is it just my imagination? That
I'm
gets, like,
unsure
big
because we're in
head?
America, and then I'm an American citizen.
No,
So
I understand it, but like you must be Chinese. What are you?
I'm not Chinese.
What are you?
I'm Asian, and I'm
What
Asian
kind
American.
Of, what kind of Asian?
I don't think that's relevant, ma'am.
Why is it not relevant?
Because I'm an American-born citizen, and I work in America. I do business in America. I work on American
But
citizens.
how untrue are you to the people over here that you don't even share with them like what's going on?
Share with who, ma'am?
Like any of the white people that sit around here, you just
I'm not too sure what you're asking for, to be honest. I just want to charge you for your service, and then we can go on about our lives.
what do you mean go on with our lives?
Thì Kim kêu chị Lô là con Lô là đã gọi cảnh sát nói là khách không có muốn vô trả tiền.
Lock the door.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I
not
would do.
too
I'd say
sure.
lock the door and say,
But
now
have
you
become
can't
like a
leave.
judge for these people? Like when they like come in and get their nails done, are you like judging them and being like, oh no, don't tell her. Definitely don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell this guy.
I'm not following your logic.
Where is he hiding
so
it?
At this
Exactly.
moment,
I don't know.
this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna charge you for it. Madam, you gotta pay. Madam, you must pay because the police are already on their way. If you leave, they're gonna take it. Madam, you have to pay for your service.
Well, that's terrible, isn't it? But they know it's Chicago. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do nothing in Chicago. Trespass her smelly ass before she scares away any real customers. What is that country girl talking about? I don't know. Very interesting, though. The only time I ever had this type of problem was with gypsies, and they would rip you off and then walk out saying, you like these windows. Yeah. There used to be groups of them that would come through. They would come and talk to you like you'd be in your yard. They'd come and try to keep you distracted while their crew would go through your house. Didn't see she stole something. Yeah, she stole something. She was high as a kite. Yeah, she was. She was on some kind of like trippy stuff, man. She was seeing things. I'm in Massachusetts. I wonder if that would work for me. You're in massive two shits? I'd get out now. Massive two shits sucks. It's a terrible place. Come to the free land of Florida where we all get along. ID her, make her famous. If she's on a Visa green card, she's probably an American citizen. She's just one of these idiots. Check it out. The UK just banned white middle-class men from applying for paid internships. I've never gone to a nail salon without more than enough money in my pocket to make sure I paid for my services and offer a tip. That's how most normal people act, Anisha. I mean, that's how you shouldn't go anywhere. Like, I don't leave the house without enough money to make sure I can make it back. AKA Taxachusetts. That's right. Applications are only open to women of Black heritage or from lower socioeconomic backgrounds. And it's not only being openly racist against white men. If you want an internship at a UK spy agency, such as MI5, MI6, or the GCHQ, tough luck if you're white. They are only open to people who are Black, Asian, mixed heritage, or ethnic minority background. How is this legal? Well, it's the UK. They can do whatever they want. They're the UK. They have no rights. They have no constitution. They have no freedoms. They're servants, subjects. They're not citizens. American Express, don't leave home without it. In the UK, the ironically titled Equality Act allows them to take positive action to address disadvantage or underrepresentation. I am not leaving Massachusetts. My grandbabies are here. Where they are, I am. Well, Jim always carries 10% bond monies. Always have bond money. I learned that a long time ago. Never leave home without it. So it's okay to be racist, sexist, provided it's directed at white British men. Look at this. Say, abort your own children, import hostile immigrants, disarm ourselves. That's what they're doing. Last time I was in Florida, I was sweating like a glassblower's ass. Well, stay by the water. I don't sweat at all. If you take 500 from a worker and give 100 to 5 lazy people, you'll lose 1 vote but gain 5. It's the biggest pyramid scheme in history. Wow. It's called socialism. Wow. Democrat Mark Warner says Bill Pulte could make up intelligence to be used as an excuse for Trump to send ICE to close down elections and seize polling stations. These people are deranged lunatics. So they're saying Trump could have people make up intelligence, kind of like what the Democrats did against Trump under Obama.
They can't acknowledge that Biden won. But I also think there's a focus on 26 and 28.
What could he do with this job in 26?
What he could do is take a single piece of intelligence that may not be corroborated or make something up and say country X is going to interfere or is sending.
Whoa. So he's basically admitting what they did in 2016. Oh, they can take a piece of intelligence that's not corroborated and just make it up like they did, the Steele dossier. They say Russia, and basically sideline Trump. Like this, people, like still the fact that there's not people being punished for treason. And that's all I'll say. Punished for treason over what happened in 2016 is ridiculous.
People to encourage non-citizens to vote, and that be used as an excuse for Trump to bring in ICE, federal troops, close down elections, seize polling stations. The list is extraordinarily frightening. They can't acknowledge.
Extremely frightening. Yeah, President Trump's considering a plan to buy Diego Garcia. We saw that. Oh, let's see. Is Trump's going to talk about it? Oh.
And so has UK. Now, the second one is shocking, but this is not the age of Churchill. I will say the UK has been very, very uncooperative with that stupid island that they have.
I don't sweat at all anymore. I'm used to it.
And took a 100-year lease, having to do with perhaps indigenous people claiming the island that never even saw the island before. What's that all about? And they ruin relationships. It's a shame. It's and that country, UK, and I love that country. I love it. My mother was born there. I love it. My mother was born there. My father was born. Like he knows all about my father. My father was born there. So very places that you sort of automatically very feel warmly about. But the UK, what they're doing with energy and what they're doing with immigration is horrible. You have the North Sea. Somebody said yesterday,
Wow, the North Sea, they're going to give it away. They can't even do anything. It's crazy. Far-left extremists outside a federal building in downtown surrounded would appear to pour gasoline on a pro-Trump man before he takes off running. Leftists argue their political opponent should be killed. This is crazy. This guy is just sitting here, and they're going to pour, look at these crazy people. They're going to pour gasoline.
So badly. You want to touch it so fucking badly. Pedophile worshiper. Pedophile worshiper. Pedophile worshiper. Get the fuck out of here. The audacity of you to come here 1 year after 30,000 fucking people have been
Guys, we're being chased right now.
That is terrorism. You're right. That is
I got a
terrorism.
taser.
100% terrorism.
These guys are just swarming.
You're detained.
So they detained the guy who got gasoline poured on him. It's attempted murder. Yeah, childless cat ladies. That's a bit extreme, though. Yeah, like this is ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, he assaulted a female. He did. Yeah. I wish this is the guy. I wish I could kill. Oh, this is about that guy. Wow.
Individuals in Kansas and California that you found, and they were providing material support to ISIS. And the details are quite something. One said it was sick if his name was on a drone that would kill American service members. Another person said they always wanted to kill a female soldier by beheading. I wish I could kill 300 million Americans. These are bad guys, and now they're indicted.
Very bad guys. Very, very bad guys.
Yes, this is a very disturbing case. You have young men, they're in their 20s, completely indoctrinated by terrorism and by terrorists, and actually spending money to actually follow through on these attacks. Like you just said,
right.
One wanted their name written on a drone to kill Americans. One fantasized about killing a female soldier by beheading her. And look, another great example of hardworking FBI agents and our federal prosecutors in California and Kansas and working together. And I'm glad we were able to interject here and stop these men. But it's a good reminder to the Americans that this fight is not over. There are still a lot of people that want to inject harm into this country and our citizens.
No doubt about it.
Wow, he stutters more than I do. That's right. How you guys feeling? Are you guys hungry? You guys like protein? You guys like beef jerky? You like Slim Jims, stuff like that? Spicy meats, different snacks? If you do, and you like protein, like beef, pork, stuff like that, check out King of Biltong at www.biltongusa. All right. They have these great peri-peri that are a little spicy. They have ghost flavor, biltong. It's all naturally dried and everything. It's really good. The 8-ounce bags make excellent gifts. If you use promo code JIM at checkout, you'll save 10%. That's right. King of Biltong at biltongusa.com for all your biltong needs. And they have other stuff too. They have kanabasi sausages. They have another type of sausage too. They have pork and beef sausages. They have snacks, chips from all around the world, candies and stuff. So check them out. They've got a lot of good things. Anton's Kitchen, I believe, is what it's called officially now. But you go to biltongusa.com, use promo code JIM. They'll ship it right to your house, fast and easy. Promo code Jim for 10% off. Can't afford Biltong. Damn you taunting me. Well, they have other stuff that's cheaper though. They sell, seriously, they have like chips and stuff from Britain. If you want these weird flavor. Yes, Peri Peri is good and it cleans out your sinuses and more. Yeah, the Ghost is very spicy. I have some Ghost. It's very spicy. But it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff and good for you. Here's this guy that we were talking about, Stuart Scheller. He's the guy who the Biden administration booted out of the service. Let's hear what they have to say.
President Trump was sworn in 6 months ago. And under his leadership, the Department of Defense began moving on 3 main initiatives. We've talked about them: restoring the warrior ethos, rebuilding the military, and reestablishing deterrence. The results so far: distractions like DEI, CRT, social justice, politically correct stuff, gone. Focus on standards that are high, gender neutral, equal, and unwavering. We've got unprecedented recruitment numbers, and bad actors like Iran and the Houthis understand that when President Trump talks, he means what he says. That's just a small part of the list. Our reforms have only just begun. America's sons and daughters who serve in our military deserve the best leaders commanding them, which is why we need to reform the promotion system at DOD, how we get those leaders. We're proud that Brigadier General Anthony Tata has just been confirmed as our Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness. His predecessor, Jay Hurst, signed a memo tasking the services to support reforms that I've asked my friend, Stu Scheller, you know him, to recommend changes by looking at the entirety of the selection and retention process for our military's officer.
That was Los Angeles.
And that includes training and professional military education, officer evaluations, promotions, and command selections. And Stu, thanks for doing this for us, man.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
How we reform the force and identify talent, I think, is one of the most important things we can do, sir. So I believe this initiative is something that is going to lead us to victory in the next war. And to you, sir, I appreciate the honor of serving in your administration, but I'm not going to rest. I'm not going to stay quiet. And I'm going to keep fighting until we get this right, because people, ideas, things in that order, people are our most important asset. Yes. So having the ability to go after and identify talent and bring them to the top, there's nothing more important that we can do.
No doubt. You had the courage to speak up when no one else would. And we need to have officers who understand where their compass is. They're not risk averse. They're not playing the game. They're not simply checking the box to get to the next level, which creates all the wrong incentives. We're reviewing the whole thing because we're here to make institutional change that brings warfighters to the top. And this is a historic opportunity under President Trump, who gives us the shield to do these kind of things in the department so that we preserve it for generations to come. Because both Stu and I think about the possibility of our kids serving one day. And we want to ensure that we have the best of the best leading them. We have to get this right. And with Stu leading it, we're going to get it done. We will.
Right. There we go. We're going to get it done. That's awesome.
President Trump was sworn in.
Nope. Veterans for Pete Hegseth, Afghanistan. This is the guy who talked about Afghanistan. This is what got him fired. Yeah. This guy was Lieutenant Colonel Scheller. This is what he did. This is what he said.
My name is Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller, United States Marine Corps. I'm the current battalion commander for Advanced Infantry Training Battalion. I've been in the Marine Infantry for 17 years. Started my tour with Victor 1-8. It's the current unit that's doing perimeter security, dealing with the mess that's going on there. You can see open source reporting that there was an explosion and some people were killed. I know through my inside channels that one of those people that were killed was someone that I have a personal relationship with. Won't go into more details because the families are still being notified. Not making this video because it's potentially an emotional time. Making it because I have a growing discontent and contempt for my perceived ineptitude at the foreign policy level, and I want to specifically ask some questions to some of my senior leaders. And I'll say, as a person that's not at 20 years, I feel like I have a lot to lose. If you play chess, you can only see 2 to 3 moves out because there's too many variables. I thought through if I post this video, what might happen to me, especially if the video picks up traction, if I have the courage to post it. But I think what you believe in can only be defined by what you're willing to risk. So if I'm willing to risk my current battalion commander seat, my retirement, my family's stability to say some of the things that I want to say, I think it gives me some moral high ground to demand the same honest.
Joe, this is the guy who came out. This video was posted after the Afghanistan thing, and they kicked him out for saying it, and then they brought him back. That's the whole thing. This is an old video. Biden and them ran him out of the Marine Corps because he made this video. And so that video we just watched is him coming back to work. They brought him back into Hegseth, and Trump brought him back.
The integrity, accountability from my senior leaders. And so I want to start with, we'll just use the Marine Corps. We'll just stick with the Marine Corps. So in the current fallout of Afghanistan, a lot of Marines were posting on social media, and in response to that, the Commandant published a letter, which is the service chief of the Marine Corps. And I want to read from it. It was dated 18 August, so only a week ago. The Commandant, sir, you wrote, some of you may be struggling with a simple question. Was it all worth it? We want you to know that your service is meaningful, powerful, and important. You fought for the Marine to your left and the Marine to your right. You never let them down. And then you go on to say that, you know, if we're struggling, we should seek counseling, which, you know, I get it. People have killed people. I've killed people, and I seek counseling, and that's fine. There's time and place for that. But the reason people are so upset on social media right now is not because the Marine on the battlefield let someone down. That service member has always rose to the occasion, done extraordinary things. People are upset because their senior leaders let them down, and none of them are raising their hands and accepting accountability or saying, we messed this up. If an 05 battalion commander has the simplest live fire incident EO complaint, boom, fired. But we have a Secretary of Defense that testified to Congress in May that the Afghan National Security Force would withstand the Taliban advance. We have chairmen of Joint Chief, who the Commandant is a member of that. We're supposed to advise on military policy. We have a Marine combatant commander. All of these people are supposed to advise. And I'm not saying we've got to be in Afghanistan forever, but I am saying, did any of you throw your rank on the table and say, hey, it's a bad idea to evacuate Bagram Airfield, the strategic air base, before we evacuate everyone? Did anyone do that? And when you didn't think to do that, did anyone raise their hand and say, we completely messed this up? I've got battalion commander friends right now that are posting similar things, and they're saying, you know, wondering if all the lives were lost and if it was in vain, all those people that we've lost over the last 20 years. And he goes on to say that we're all part of a chain. While every link may not be tested, the strength of the chain is only as strong as each link, and you got to be, you know, good link, something like that. And what I'll say is, and from my position, potentially all those people did die in vain if we don't have senior leaders that own up and raise their hand and say, we did not do this well in the end. Without that, we just keep repeating the same mistakes. This amalgamation of the economic / corporate / political / higher military ranks are not holding up their end of the bargain. I want to say this very strongly. I have been fighting for 17 years. I am willing to throw it all away to say to my senior leaders, I demand accountability.
Yep. And so they got rid of him.
Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller, I am still, as of making this message, a United States Marine infantry officer. I've been advised to the legal channels that continued challenges to the military and political leadership could result in pretrial confinement and or escalation of my legal situation, which I'll get into momentarily. But I thought that this message, being the culmination of everything I put together up to this point, was important enough that I wanted to put it out. And I hope that if you support me, you'll share this message because it's that important. To recap. So
anyway, yeah, that's this guy. So anyway, so they basically ran him out of the military for saying, you guys have to take responsibility for what happened in Afghanistan. And Trump brought him back, and they reinstated him and everything, which is great. So Pete Hegseth has some thoughts about Bill Gates. All right. It says Hegseth on issuing a letter concerning to Microsoft, an internal audit of Bill Gates' company being used by Chinese nationals to hack government systems.
Last month, the Department of Defense was made aware of an Obama-Biden-era legacy program called Digital Escorts. For nearly a decade, Microsoft has used Chinese coders, remotely supervised by U.S. contractors, to support sensitive DoD cloud systems. The program was designed to comply with contracting rules, but it exposed the department to unacceptable risk. I mean, if you're thinking America first and common sense, this doesn't pass either of those tests. So I initiated an immediate review of this vulnerability, and I want to report our initial findings. So the use of Chinese nationals to service Department of Defense cloud environments, it's over. We've issued a formal letter of concern to Microsoft documenting this breach of trust, and we're requiring a third-party audit of Microsoft's digital escort program, including the code and the submissions by Chinese nationals. This audit will be free of charge for U.S. taxpayers. I'm also tasking the Department of Defense experts with a separate investigation of the digital escort program and the Chinese Microsoft employees that were involved in it. These investigations will help us determine the impact of this digital escort workaround. Did they put anything in the code that we didn't know about? We're going to find out. Additionally, all Department of Defense software vendors will identify and terminate any Chinese involvement in DoD systems. It blows my mind that I'm even saying these things. It's such common sense that we ever allowed it to happen. That's why we're attacking it so hard. We expect vendors doing business with the Department of Defense to put U.S. national security ahead of profit maximization. I'm committed, like the president is, to ensuring that our national security networks are secure. Again, it's America first, and it's common sense. This never should have happened in the first place, but once we found out about it, we've attacked it aggressively from the beginning, and we're going to follow all the way through the tape to make sure that this is addressed. So DoD is working in conjunction as well with our partners in the rest of the federal government to ensure that all U.S. networks are protected. God bless.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? That's just amazing. So yeah, well, we went 3.5 hours. We did not, unfortunately, we did not hit the goal for a second additional hour. So that's going to be it for this evening. I'm going to send everybody over to Pat Dixon. I might stop in on his show if he wants me to, and on YouTube, and then I will send everybody over to Darth Jason on Rumble to hear some music. But thank you, everybody. Please remember, hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and come on back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time for Jim to tell you the news. That's right. Jim will tell you the news. Come on back tomorrow.